Honda is a proud supporter of Kern County's future NFL stars. Honda has the highest fuel economy average of any car maker in America.
Honey, are you going to do that yard work today?
I'm looking up all the places I need to go. Next Saturday, I'll go and get the stuff.
Locally owned and operated, Volvo Rents has everything you need for that weekend home improvement project. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff will guide you through our vast assortment of tools, supplies, and rental equipment. From concrete or masonry mix, mixers or finishing tools, to lawn equipment and landscaping supplies and more. At Volvo Rents, we deliver more care in every rental.
I got you everything you need at Volvo Rents. Here's some gloves. Bye.
Honda. Volvo Rents Construction Equipment. Present the Bright House Network's High School Football Game of the Week.
Good evening, Kern County. Hello to all of our Bright House Network subscribers. Vance Palm alongside Paul Preston, Brian Adams. Week 3 of the high school football game of the week, and we are up on the prestigious field of Memorial Stadium. Paul Press, the away team, had about a 3-minute ride up to the field. East High School, the visiting team tonight. Let's talk about the Blades.
Yeah, East High Blades. Not a very long trip to get here, and they're supposed to be visiting. However, Bright House viewers, 3 weeks in a row now, we've got to see great players. Hodges, Thomas, and now Andre Smith. A lot of talk about this young man here at East High, but it's not only him. As we'll see tonight, Vance, they are loaded with talent. Probably some of the most talent East High's ever had, so it's going to be a great night.
Thank you, Paul. Brian Adams, remember all those years ago, like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when Centennial was just stomping people into the ground, running off this incredible undefeated streak. Everybody has their time of rebirth, regrowth, restructuring. The Golden Hawks, they're probably going through it, but they're also probably hearing about they're much improved from last year, because there's guys from last year's team that have moved up now and taken positions of authority in this team. Your take on the Golden Hawks?
Well, the Golden Hawks come with 15 juniors starting, and anybody who knows football, when you have guys with a little bit of experience, it's an adjustment they have to make. But they do have, we talk about backs, they have Xander Fabry, and we're going to see another good back who's young and a junior, 6'2", 245. He's a bruiser, and they're looking for his leadership to roll.
Brian, it's a big deal for these two teams to be playing up here tonight, but you had an opening line before we turned the cameras on back in the day. This is a place to play.
Well, you know, right now all the schools have stadiums and the lights and they have that home field advantage, but when we were in high school, and Paul can test this, when you played at BC, that was the big time. When you come to Memorial Stadium, that might as well be in the Super Bowl for you.
Week 3, East High School, Centennial, Paul Press, two great coaches going at it tonight.
Yeah, both of them are really good friends of mine, and I respect them both. Neither one of them is going to get out coached, and it might just be a case of a lot of seniors that are playing well on East High and a lot of juniors that are playing well on Centennial, and that just might be the difference.
Look forward to it. Kickoff coming up right now. Centennial, the home squad up at BC, hosting East High Blades. Week 3 high school football game of the week is going to be a great game. Join us.
Watching the high school football game of the week on Bright House Networks.
Tired of paying extra to call your friends across town? Introducing a new calling plan from Bright House Network's digital phone. It's called Unlimited California because it's the first local home phone service where, for one low price, you can call anytime, anywhere in California. So now, calling across the state is the same as calling across the street. Plus, great calling features are included. If you spend more than $30 a month on home phone service, check out Unlimited California. Phone service on your terms, not the phone company's.
Watching the high school football game of the week on Bright House Networks.
Well, everybody, what a beautiful, crisp, late summer evening This is the last Friday night of summertime. Next Friday night, when we go into week 4, it'll be the first night of autumn. So we are celebrating a beautiful, cool breeze tonight up on the Upper East Side. We are at Bakersfield College Memorial Stadium, a historic site. A lot of great football games have been played here, and we'll talk to Brian Adams later about the great game he played in here. We talked about a little while ago. I'm joined upstairs by Paul Press, color commentator, analyst extraordinaire, vice president of the Bakersfield Blitz, and my good buddy, Paul. We've got prime seats up here, but all the action is way down there on the field tonight. Two great teams, two great coaches, and tonight, one team's going to really have some momentum going into week 4, and another team, is going to get stalled right when you hope you get clicking.
Yeah, that's right. Both of them, Centennial is coming off a, tough loss to Liberty, but a very good program, and we're going to discuss that. Brian Adams will talk about them a little bit more as we go on through the night. I'm so excited to see these East High Blades. My mother's a graduate of East High School.
Oh.
Being a press, that means our family's been here for many, many moons here in Bakersfield. And, the coaching staff for East High, mostly former Vikings, which I graduated from, West High. So I'm excited to see this East High squad we've heard so much about. I don't want to jump ahead, but Vance, we might be back here in a few months watching these guys play back right in this very same stadium. So if things go well, get ready because it's going to be a great game.
Brian Adams, our man on the field, trying to get a feel for the action, trying to get a sense of the energy level down field level at Memorial Stadium. Brian Adams.
Well, man, both teams are excited to play. You have the Centennial Golden Hawks. It's going to be a big test of their defense to match that speed. And we talked about some top players, Andre Smith on offense. He will play in the backfield and also be on the receiver position. So it's a big test this first series.
Thank you, Brian. It's kickoff time. Week 3 of high school football, game of the week exclusively on Bright House Networks. It is a blast. You're here in the East High Bakersfield travel band. They're on the road, 4.1 miles or probably less from East High School. The well-documented story of the football field at Centennial High School still being put together for a prime home game here soon, but Centennial's been on the road, so to speak, having played at Liberty High School, now up here at Bakersfield College, so it's going to be a great game tonight. I love calling games up here.
Oh, this is a great atmosphere. East High, look at the fans. You know what? I think they brought one cheerleader for each football player.
Oh, East High always strongly represented with the cheerleaders. I think there's about 219 down there.
Yeah, at least. They go from 20-yard line back down to the other 20-yard line. So,
wow.
They're almost out of the box there.
A lot to talk about tonight. We've got a lot of great games going on around the city, the county, and out of the county. We've got some stories to bring you. Brian's got some people on the field that he's going to be talking to. Paul Press scooping up as much information as one can do with a busy schedule that we all try to maintain in our lives. So, Paul, we're looking forward to some of your insight as well. Here you go. Kickoff. Centennial kicking. East High receiving into that strong north wind. It's going to be taken at the 27-yard line. And one thing look at this. Fumble. Centennial recovers. As I was just about to say, one thing you don't want to do with this explosive East High offense is give them good field position, but an unbelievably unfortunate fumble. Paul.
I haven't seen a signal. No, they're calling him down. Now here comes a signal. Centennial's cheering as we watch it on the replay right here as this pooch kick comes down. I don't know. There was a big pile up there. Centennial Hawks come up pretty excited, Vance, looking at that replay. But now we're getting the official. White hat comes out and says, nope, East High's ball on the 36-yard line coming out.
Well, Paul, the way that the Golden Hawks responded and reacted it in such unison, it was as if they just knew it was a fumble recovery.
Oh, well, or they were really hoping, which, hey, big hit. They recovered it, so give them credit. At least the Hawks are coming out and saying, let's play ball.
Quarterback for the Blades, Jan Wallets. The handoff goes to the aforementioned all-around great kid and super athlete Andre Smith, 5'10", 175-pound junior. Jim Maples has told me to my face he is the fastest player I've ever coached. Andre Smith, number 22 for the Blades.
Yeah, he told me the same thing. He also said, Paul, This kid's working hard in the weight room. He's getting stronger. He's getting stronger and stronger and stronger, which is good.
I had a great chance to talk to him before the game, and we'll talk about that. Look at this. Wallace rolls to his right, has a lot of room, decides to put it up. Overthrows number 81. Paul, why don't you let us know about number 81 down there for the Blades?
Skidmore. He's a great one. Ryan Skidmore, 6'6", 235. Rumor has it Oregon's hot after his trail. Washington's hot after this kid. But rumor has it he might go where his dad played, right up the road to Fresno State. So definitely going somewhere. And we're going to talk about that. East High, they even have some underclassmen we'll discuss later on. But they have a lot of them.
Woolitz, the quarterback for the East High Blades tonight. Jan Woolitz, number 10 in the shotgun, calls the signals. Rolls to his right again. Woolitz on the run. Woolitz lets it go, and he connects with the talented Skidmore we just talked about. Centennial say, hey, this guy's out of bounds. Brian Adams.
Wow.
Vance, they tried to roll out and make the pass to Skidmore, but he was out of bounds when he caught the ball. So it's going to be a punt. And that defense for Centennial held Vance on a crucial first series because East has been explosive so far this year.
Eddie Coronado. Man, that's got to make one of our all-time name lists this season. Eddie Coronado, 6 foot, 175-pound senior, is deep at the 32-yard line. Skidmore will do the punting as well. Skidmore bobbles the snap, has all the time in the world, though, and he gets off a decent watermelon punt. Caught at the 30-yard line. Hey, look at this, everybody. Oh, almost a big block. He does get the big block. Taken out at the 45-yard line. Nice run out there by Eddie Coronado. I thought that East High Blade was going to get his helmet popped off. Ooh. Paul.
Yeah, right here. We see it on the Volvo Rinse replay. Right here. Nice little pickup. He hangs on again. And there we go. Here comes his buddies and helps out a little bit there. But, hey, surprising stop. Everybody's talked about this East High's offense. Brian Adams just alluded to the fact that the Golden Hawks comes out, makes the stops. Great field position. And there we go. Look at that. We're looking at the East High coaching staff. Maples, a little concerned. And here we go. Trips right.
Centennial has 1st and 10 on the 46-yard line. They actually end up with better field position on their first play from the line of scrimmage. Nice run to the left side over there. Joey Bertrand, wow. Strong run up the left side. First play from line of scrimmage. They're already in East High territory. And Paul, one thing you and I are feeling up here, I don't know if it is as prevalent on the field as the strong wind.
Yeah, it's strong up here. We're on the upper level. I don't think it's that strong down on the floor, but we're watching the Volvo Rinse replay here. And Joey Bertrand running hard right there. The one thing most people don't realize is Centennial went to a new offense last year. They went to the spread. This is their second year running it. Their kids have a grasp of how to run it now.
In motion, Kevin Horak. Handoff. Going to be a big loss. Big loss. Bertrand thrown for about a 6-yard loss and not what he wanted to do. Brock Bivens is the quarterback, by the way. Brock Bivens QBing for the Golden Hawks.
Yeah.
Quick huddle for the Golden Hawks. They're up on the line of scrimmage trying to catch the Blades off guard. 48-yard line from East High School. That's where they have the ball. In the shotgun, 3rd and 4. A bobble of a snap. Ends up in Bertrand's hands. Picks up maybe 3 yards, and it's going to be a 4th and a very long one. Brian, can you feel the wind as we watch this replay here? Can you feel the wind down there like we can feel it up here? Yes or no?
Well, Vance, you can feel the wind a little bit. My pants are blowing a little bit, so there is some wind. So it could affect the ball. If you're rolling, thrown into it, could make the ball drift or force the ball down. So the quarterbacks have to be aware of the wind.
Well, I think our Bright House Network's audience can probably hear the wind coming through our mics. Mike, a little bit of ambient noise. Look at this. They're going to punt it. Quick snap, though. The ball's up. It's a low punt. Perfectly placed at about the 7-yard line. It's going to be taken. Look at this. Could be trouble, and it is trouble. Great job. Oh, boy. Brian Adams, we're seeing you in our actual camera shot. You were down there when Jeffrey McDonald took the punt, slipped a little bit. What'd you see?
Well, Jeffrey McDonald filled the punt, made a few people miss. But Centennial did a great job, Vance, of corralling them, but they got a little aggressive, got them in the face mask, and there will be a penalty as they march off some yardage.
Thank you, Brian.
We see right here, McDonald picks it up. He sees it right here. Gets a little bit of a block, but here comes Centennial swarming in. And as we see right there, a little high. Really didn't pull on it, and good sportsmanship there. And when you're going down, hey, guy like McDonald trying to get YU, trust me, you're reaching and grabbing for anything you can. I mean, McDonald's a shifty little back, and you got him pinned back there. You get excited. You just want to grab hold. Let's see if East High comes out and runs the ball a little more.
McDonald right behind the quarterback. Smith in motion. The handoff goes to Smith up the middle. Andre Smith was walking by during the JV game, and I stopped him. We talked for a few moments, and they've got Andre Hayes in the back. Andre Hayes is also another running back. Andrew Valera running back. So there's a lot of different weapons they use, but this one we're watching, Paul. I had a chance to talk to him, and boy, he seems to be a very well-composed, thoughtful, articulate athlete when he's talking about his preparation, and I look forward to some great things from this young man. 2nd and 4. Oh, boy. McDonald actually thrown for about a yard loss. Brian, do you sense anything up there right in the middle of the pack there? Is any line really making a statement yet?
Well, right now, Vance, you got to give Coach Ryan Wren some credit with his defense. He's calling a good game these first 2 series. He's stunning in the right places, and, hey, the guys are making plays.
Big 3rd and 4, Paul.
Yeah, they're going to have to roll him out. Look for Skidmore again on this drag. Oh, we've got whistles.
Oh, boy, it looks like a
move. They tried to come with Andre coming over here. Or is that McDonald there?
Well, that was Andre Smith, and it looked like it was going to be a nice play developing, but I think there was some illegal motion.
Yep. As our white hat lets us know, that's going to move him back. Puts East High in a bad situation here with 3rd and long, all the way back at their 7-yard line. And let's not forget, last time they went to punt, there was a little bit of problem getting the ball off. So, I agree with Brian. This Centennial Hawks defense is looking great. They're stunting in the right spots. They're sending the guys up. What I see right now is they're putting 8, 9 guys in that box, and they're really packing this line. They're going to say, if you're going to beat us, East High, you're going to have to beat us in the air.
That's exactly right.
Paul Press, Brian Adams putting it together for us. 3rd and a long 12, as Paul mentioned. A gorgeous, beautiful September Friday night. Skidmore in here tight on the left side. Woolitz still on his feet. Woolitz breaks free. Woolitz will not pick up the first down. He's still on his feet. Wait a second. You've got to be kidding me. Now picks up a block at the 50-yard line. Oh, boy. Kern County, Jan Woolitz has pulled a Houdini trick on the Centennial Golden Hawks defense. Touchdown, East High School.
Well, there's no flags. I'm looking for flags.
Paul Press scouring the green grass for a yellow flag. It's not there, is it?
No, he went 93 yards. Looks like he was down. He had us fooled up here. Excuse me. He had us fooled. Man, I thought he was down too. And his knee didn't go down. Great balance. And kept it going. And that's, Centennial, that's not what they needed. All they had to do is make the tackle. They get the ball back in great position. But there's the athleticism of East High. They've got so many explosive players.
The point after, Kevin Barrett puts it right through. 7-0 East High School. And Paul, you brought up a very salient point, and that was that Centennial must have thought, gosh, this is right where we want him, right here, 3rd and long, let's make this happen. Woolitz, I called him not making it to the first down. Here's our replay, Paul.
Yeah, right here. Looks like right there they have him, but look, his right knee does not touch. His hand goes down. Beautiful camera work, guys. And here it is. He's off to the foot races here. At this point, you can't tell right here, but at this point, Bright House viewers, he's got about a 20-yard lead. There was no catching him at that point. So it's just beautiful camera work.
Well, there was somebody about 20 yards laterally on the line of scrimmage watching that, Brian Adams. You saw it happen right in front of your eyeballs. What did you think?
Well, Vance, you guys are exactly right. That's what you wanted. You wanted a pass situation. Willis makes something happen. He does his impression of Philip Thomas, but again, defensively, the call was right, and you can't fault the coordinator on that situation. We talk about fundamentals every week, especially Paul Press. You have to wrap up when you tackle. If you're just going to be a hitter, that's what's going to happen. You're going to hit guys that have great balance, they're going to keep going, and they're going to make you look foolish.
You're right, Brian.
7-0. Here's the kickoff. This wind just carries it down to about the 7-yard line. Nice blocking. Look at all this blocking that he has out there. Taken down at the 42-yard line. What a nice run back.
Excellent run back. Very good coaching. As we take a look right here, they have what we call return left on. And look at this wall of red shirts right there. 1, 2, 3, 4 guys in front of them. They're just picking off guys right here. Stay on that block, it's a touchdown. But I tell you, Brian Adams made a very good point. When I was coaching high school, I didn't want guys on special teams that's going to make that big hit, because you know what? Guys bounce off. They need to wrap up and take him down.
Well, that was Bryce Chudy on that long run back, so Chudy knows how to run on this grass. Quick pass out to the 40-yard line. A beautiful play developing. Eddie Coronado hit hard, but a long first down, and you get the feeling that Coach Nixon's ready to go toe-to-toe here and just keep exchanging great offensive plays with great talent.
Yeah, look at this hurry-up offense. This is Coach Nixon's thing right here. Everybody knows Coach Nixon is a great quarterback, and we'll talk about him being a quarterback later, but this is his offense right here.
Everybody spread out over here to the right side. Bertrand. No, Evans keeps it himself. Evans thrown for about a 1-yard loss. The East High crowd loves it, but right now, albeit the score 7-0 in one long play for the Blades, Golden Hawks really playing well here in this first quarter.
Yeah.
Paul Press alongside myself, Vance Paul, Brian Adams down on the 15-yard line on the northeast side of this beautiful field at Memorial Stadium. Second and 11. Shotgun surprised the quarterback, but not long enough. Throws a rifle pass. Fumble.
Yeah, Centennial recovered that. It's first down. They're moving the chains. Man, I really like this Centennial Hawks offense. I like spreading it out because I like throwing the ball. I love arena football, and I love it when high school kids throw the ball. Look at this. What a strike. They've got two what we call double posts or double slants coming across. Here we go again. Look at this. They're hustling, Vance. Oh. Wow.
Brian Adams.
Well, Vance, what's happening right now, this hurry-up offense, they're starting to throw the ball, getting a rhythm, but they're getting guys tired. Remember, a lot of these guys from East go both ways, and they're tapping their helmets, wanting to come out, but the coaches are leaving them out there, and they're doing a great job of right now attacking that 4-3.
Second and 10. Bivens. Incomplete. Intended out there for Kevin Horak. Coaching staff for the Centennial Golden Hawks, head coach Brian Nixon, assistants Ryan Rins, Dave Rice, Richard Parrott, Paul Ogilvie, Rob Hallam, and Chuck Trujillo. The trainer is Tom Dennison. On stats is Claude Bradford. The filmer is Lance Renfro. Principal Dave Old and athletic director Gary Fowler. What a fine operation at Centennial High School. The home team tonight. Nice crowd. Here we go, Paul, 3rd and 10. Very important play for the Golden Hawks.
They spread him out. They got doubles on both sides. Fakes the dive underneath. He rolls out. He's going to carry it himself and comes up a little short. Let's see what. Late hit. And East High's going to give him the first down with a late hit there. You know, he was about 4 yards short, and I was just getting ready to say, Vance, well, we're going to get to see if Centennial has a kicking game. But as we watch the Volvo Rinse replay, he fakes that dive, rolls out. He's got open field here. And they come up, wrap him up, and then right here, wow. The helmet to helmet, late hit. Hey, what about our Bright House camera guys tonight? Wow, already 3 great shots. I mean, excellent shots.
As always, first and 10, first and goal, I should say, from the 6-yard line. Centennial has done it all tonight. They've ran, they passed, and this time they ran into trouble on the left side, going for a loss, and it seemed to be that Centennial was waiting for the left side sweep.
Yeah, they're going to set it up here, but what we see here is they're going to be over on the left hash, so that means we're probably going to see some trips right, probably see something coming right down to our man Brian Adams down on the field. He's on the east sideline right now. So they've got a wide field over here, a lot of room to work with on this side, and sure enough, they come out trips right, single back, and we've got isolation over the top. Isolation, he's got a press over the top, one-on-one.
Walter Furman in the backfield. And, Christian Johnson there with the carry. Christian Johnson, so 2 unsuccessful attempts on the left side, maybe a guessing game if nothing else, a chess game, trying to go to both sides 2 times in a row, throw out the defense, but Paul, it didn't happen. Here's another look here. Again, this is Christian Johnson on the carry, and he's just wrapped up immediately down there by Taurus Dillard.
Yeah, this East High, East High's got some big boys. They've got a couple 300-pounders that are young. We're going to talk about those sophomores a little later on, but they're not going to run at these big guys in the middle. They're going to have to cross it up here.
3rd and goal
Get him
from
out
the
here,
10.
let him create.
Uh-oh, look out, everybody.
Wow.
Oh, boy. Joey Bertrand thrown down hard by Michael Smith. Got some help by Edward Manoa Nu. And Daniel Miranda is in there for a little bit of action. Brian, we've seen a lot of this player last year, didn't we?
You're absolutely right, and that's Michael Smith making those sacks. He had 13 of them last year. You gotta remember, he's another one of these guys for East High. They've been there as sophomores, McDonald, Smith, and a couple other guys. They've been 3 years of varsity, and we keep seeing how these guys, how well they play as seniors.
A 37-yarder in the wind. It's up and it's good. Taylor Alexander impressing the vice president of the Bakersfield Blitz.
Yes.
I know how you are with kickers. You must have loved that one. Pressure in the wind.
Is he a senior? Is he a senior?
He's a junior, Paul.
Oh, he has to wait one more year till the Blitz Bowl. He'd come in and kick it in those 8-foot field goals there. You know, those things are only, 8 feet across and a little bit higher. So 8 feet across, 13. But, hey, he kicked that well.
Paul?
I am impressed.
A nice drive by the Golden Hawks.
Beautiful drive. You know what? Let's replay it. Let's look back. There's 3 minutes left in this first quarter. Other than the one missed tackle, it's been all Golden Hawks.
It has.
You know, and so that's got to be reassuring to the Golden Hawks staff. Coach Nixon's over there because you watch East High on film and you get a little nervous. And man, you know, so. Golden Hawks doing a good job. I love their play calling. I love the defense, what they're doing. And you know what? But still, East High, I'm sitting up here, and every time they carry the ball or they throw the ball, I'm just flinching. So here we go. They're always dangerous. They're back there. Here we go. Looks like McDonald's. Oh, short kick.
Will it stay in? It does not.
Wow.
Oh, boy. Well, singing the praises of Taylor Alexander, kicking it up through the wind into the field goal, all of a sudden, he shanks the pitching wedge off to the right side. And now East High School.
Wow.
They're going to reload further up the field now. And
yeah, I see East High's made an adjustment. They've put Andre Smith up shorter and put McDonald back deeper.
And Tony Haynes on the 20-yard line.
You got Tony Haynes. Yeah, Tony Haynes not only is a great back, Tony Haynes, making all kinds of tackles on defense when he plays. You know, this guy, he's all over. He's already got 2 sacks this year for East High, and he's already got 29 tackles, Vance. 29 tackles already.
29 tackles.
Yeah.
Well, Centennial kicks off now from the 35-yard line, and it's a squibbler. Oh, boy, but it's live. It's live. Fumble. Recovered by East High School, but
no return yardage. You know,
I've yelled fumble 3 times now, and it hasn't gone to the opposing team, so maybe I should stop that.
As we can see right here, though, on the replay, you're absolutely right. It touches him, and then, oh,
boy.
Wow, yeah, grass come up, football rolling through, everything else. We see a big old chunk of grass come out, which BC does play here tomorrow night, so that's not good.
3 minutes left here in the first quarter. It's been a very interesting, riveting, I should say, with big plays and look
big
at
stop.
this. The Golden Hawks crowd is up and loving it. Jeffrey McDonald. Let's go down to Brian Adams. Brian has a very special guest with his son down there. Brian with Buzz Grider and his son, Big Country, Brian Adams.
Vance, you're right. I'm here with Buzz Grider. He's a member of the Fiesta Bowl champions that beat Nebraska in '75. He's also a very big Blitz, BC, East High booster and season ticket holder. Buzz, just talk to us a little bit about tonight.
They've got a tough game tonight. They're looking good. This program at East High, these kids, they're playing and practicing together. The JV and the varsity, the JGV 45-0. I mean, it shows out there. They've got a good group of kids. Jimmy Maples, his brother, and all these coaches out here, they're doing a great job with this crew.
And thank you. Real quick, tell us who the special guest is right here on my right.
This is my boy, Big Country Grider. He playing center for the JVs. Had a good game tonight. We're grooming him. We're going to put a little weight on him and get him up playing some D1 ball in that Pac-10 like we did.
That Pac-10 style. Buzz, thank you.
Brother.
Big Country, enjoy your career, and good luck. Back to you, man.
Thank you, Brian. Brian Adams, as one of my old buddies in the Caribbean used to say, it don't get no better than that. Buzz Grider with his son, Big Country. And it's a pleasure to have Buzz.
And look at here, Brian Adams. Once again, Centennial Golden Hawks stop. Big number 70 had a great series again. It's Pedro Quintero. Well, Pedro's tearing it up. He had 2 sacks or 2 tackles for loss, not necessarily sacks, but 2 tackles for loss while you're doing that interview. And Bright House Network's getting to watch. This Centennial Hawks defense is very impressive, very, very impressive. They are just packing this line of scrimmage. Coach Maples has got to figure out how to get Andre Smith and Skidmore and everybody else and Haynes and everybody else, they've got to get the ball out somewhere outside the tackles, because right now Centennial's saying, you know what, we'll pack everybody in the box and we're going to force you to put that ball in the air.
And Paul, they had success when they rolled Jan out. Although they threw the one ball out of bounds, he's a dual threat. With his speed and quickness, if you can get him out, he may be able to make a few guys some more plays for him. But you're exactly right about the defense. Coach Renz and the Centennial staff have studied their film, and you got to give them credit because they've come up with a scheme that's been successful.
Yeah, I'm very, very impressed with the coaching staff of Centennial. I already was anyway. They're good coaches. I'm telling you, people here in Kern County, you better thank your high school coaches, because we've got a plethora of great coaches in Kern County. I mean, hey, this East High coaching staff's a great coaching staff everywhere we go.
Dustin Robinson deep for, oh my goodness. This punt went straight up, look out. And it takes a nice East High School bounce to get back over to about the 37-yard line, but that thing was as high as us.
Yeah.
It went straight up, and that wind, it's a perfect example of that wind, everybody. That ball was punted straight up from about the 35-yard line, and I mean, it went directly up. Watch this ball. But Paul, This is how much the wind is carrying it. You can't really tell. That ball.
Yeah, it's up here eye level with us, and it hits about 7 yards downfield, but it takes an East High bounce and rolls about 20 yards. So all in all, they get the ball in the 40, and here comes the Centennial Golden Hawks with 1 minute remaining in the first quarter.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line. They have 60 yards to go to get a touchdown. Just over a minute left here in this first quarter. Centennial still trying to run that ball up the middle. Swallowed up quickly by that big defensive line for the East High School Blades. That carry was Joey Bertrand. Well, our Bright House camera crew scrambling. With the sprinklers coming on over on our guys. Wow. Here we go, 2nd and 10. Under half a minute left here in the first quarter. Centennial trailing by 4, 7-3 the score. Bertrand makes the block. Passed out there to number 9, Xander Fabry. 6'2", 241-pound junior. Xander Fabry picks up a big first down.
Xander Fabry is going to be playing ball somewhere in a couple years on Saturday. And I tell you, I hope he likes to come back to Bakersfield, because we'll put him in a blitz uniform someday, because this kid's impressive. His calves are very impressive. Brian and I were walking by and looking at him, and most kids 6'2", 240. They might look a little soft. This kid's not soft anywhere. He He is big, he is solid, and he's a very well-mannered kid. From everybody I've talked to, really likes him. He's a good kid. One more great athlete coming out of Bakersfield area.
Head coach Jim Maples and I happened to, when I was coming up to the stadium, happened to see Jim Maples. Said, "Hey, coach." Said, "Vance, how you doing?" So we started walking down the path to come down to the field, and what do you know? Walking up the path is head coach Brian Nixon for the Golden Hawks. So there I am with both head coaches sitting there talking for a moment, and then Xander Fabry walked by, and all three of us just kind of stopped talking and watched that young mountain of a man walking by. I said, "Goodness gracious."
Yeah, if you look out on the field, we can pan out there. If we get a shot out on the field, number 76 for East High. This young man, I went to high school, junior high with his dad. His dad was actually a quarterback. This is a sophomore, Jim Zontek, and he's the real deal from what I understand. Big kid and only a sophomore.
First and 10, looks like a nice pass play. Oh, boy.
Wow, barely overthrew him. Nice what we call wheel route, which is up the field, out towards the sideline, and then turn it back up the field. Some people call it a chair route. We call it a wheel route. It's easy. Nice play calling again. Nixon taking us back to the days when he was up here at BC throwing it out. I think Golden Hawks coach, he's had a few passing yards on this field.
And Maples, you've got two head coaches down there that have flung this football a lot of yards. Here we go, 2nd and 10 for the Golden Hawks. 3 receivers out to the left side of the football field. Look out, dodges one bullet. Brock Bivens trying to get away, and he's in the grasp of Skidmore, but he threw it close to a receiver. Now that'll bring up a 3rd and 10. Right now, fellas, with all the talk of the talented East High offense and everything else, it's been a big defensive battle so far, I think.
It sure has. Both defense are playing well. We're giving Centennial Hawks a lot of praise for their defense, but let's look. East High has only given up 3 points.
Well, somehow, some way, we slipped into the second quarter.
Yeah, it's barely. We were going over everything else, but
there was really no quarter break, and I think now everybody's realizing it. Hold it. I think the referees just said, "Hey, wait a second, man. There's 11:45 left in this first quarter."
Well, we had a little motion. Well, we had a little timeout down there.
I guess they called illegal motion. I guess it's news to myself and our director Bernie Johnson. Hey, we're already in the second quarter.
Yeah, we were talking about all these great athletes and everything, and right after Fabry goes down, he was right down by the 50. The time expired, so they switched sides real quick, put the ball down, let's go, play ball, boys. And it was very quick in between the quarters.
Welcome back. We're in the second quarter. Hope you enjoyed that commercial break. It was very quick. 3rd and 15. Big play for the Golden Hawks. Everybody's over here on the left side of the field. Bivens rolls back at the beautiful screen play. Not going to happen. Underthrown, under pressure.
And very well read by the East High defense. That was, even if they would have completed that, he would have had to break a tackle or two to get the first down. And once again, you said it, Vance, good defense. We're always talking about the offense, Centennial spread offense, and this East High very potent offense. And yet it's the defense which has been the story of the game so far. Both defenses stepped up and said, you know what, we can play ball too. Everybody, don't forget about us, the guys that make the tackles. And here we go. He's got to kick it away, though.
Nice punt. Spiral, catches the wind. Look out, he decides to take it. And a beautiful play down there. That was a big-time play by Kevin Horak. And we've called that name over the years down in Bright House Networks TV land. Mitch Horak, of course, relative. Kevin Horak with a big play. And, wow, Jeffrey McDonald took a risk catching it and then had nowhere to go, Paul. This is great coverage.
Wow, look at that. Nice high punt. Horak gets down there, holds on. Look at the strength there. Look at the strength, everybody. One arm.
Think he's very strong?
Yeah, you don't think Coach Nixon has those guys in the weight room, huh?
Wow, what a play.
So he just holds on, makes wraps up, and makes the tackle. And here we come. East High in a spread offense now.
1st and 10, Tony Haynes in motion. Haynes will be out blocking because it's going to be Jan Woolitz. Woolitz gets up to about the 29-yard line, so
yep.
Jan Woolitz has a sore right thumb, if not a broken right thumb. I don't know, Brian, if you'll be able to scoop that for us, but Woolitz has his right thumb taped up. You'll see here, oh my goodness, as we see Tony Haynes down. Here's Woolitz with the right hand all taped up and looked like he lost his balance. Tony Haynes was, right at the end of the play. You'll see it if we can see it again at the very left side of the screen. Someone came in inadvertently, I must say, and caught him at the back of the leg, and we'll watch it again. I believe that we'll see it.
It doesn't look good down on the field.
Tony Haynes, everybody, is a 5'10", 200-pound senior, and he is a very important part of this football team. Let's see if we can see this on the slow motion Volvo Rinse replay. Oh boy, here comes Jan Woolitz into your screen. Here's Tony Haynes, everybody, there on the left. And as you'll see right here at the last part of your screen here, no, it was just a little bit before that. Sorry.
Well, he is
Tony
getting
Haynes
up on his own, so that's a good thing, and he is walking off on his own strength here. Looks like it's more of his right ankle. He's limping on a little bit. Probably scared him more than anything. That's the last thing you want, week 3, and all of a sudden get rolled up from behind. That's always a scary thing for any young man out on the field. He's going to come over to the bench, but we do have a quarterback change, and we do have East High running more of a spread. Yep.
Well, Woolitz split right. Ashley, the QB. Ashley on a keeper. Ashley goes down at about the line of scrimmage at the 30-yard line. And for all the talk of Andre Smith, if you're a football fan watching this on Bright House Networks, you haven't seen that explosive Smith take off just yet. The coaching staff for the East High Blades, Jim Maples, the head coach, assistants Ken Chapman, Xavier Miranda, Jeff Skidmore, Craig Miller, and the athletic trainer is Jess Jimenez.
Yeah. And Craig Miller comes over this year and is calling the defense. Wow, what a defense. He's really they've always had a good defense. They've always had good coaching, but he came in and put a little wrinkle in their defense, and it really looks like it's working.
3rd and 2. Ashley picks up a nice block. Ashley needs to get to about the 33-yard line. I don't think he's going to get it. Centennial players saying no, he didn't get it. It's going to be very close. I look across the sideline and see Coach Rob Hallam trying to pace it off. Here comes Ashley. Ashley thinks about going upfield, picks up a nice block, but the pursuit from the Centennial Golden Hawks defense, and Brian Adams believes that head coach Jim Maples is going to go for it on his own 31-yard line. Brian.
I think he will. I mean, one thing, if you've been with us for a few years and you watch Coach Maples, he will take some chances and take some gambles. He believes in Craig Miller in the defense. He talked to Paul and I today about how fast they are, that they're running some college and pro schemes. So he has faith in them. So if he doesn't get it, he's not worried. He believes they can hold.
Big play early in the game. 9.5 left in the half. 4th and 2. The Blades on a keeper. No, he will not get it.
Oh, I don't know. He may get it. He's stretched out there. It's going to be close.
Ooh.
No.
Boy.
Wow. Here it is. Probably not the best spot. They're looking at the spot. It's going to be very close. It's about 10 yards down from us from our left.
My partner in time, Brian Adams,
it looks like about
me on the overzealous effervescence no that I bark out.
It looks like about a half a yard short to me from up at this view.
And Brian, you may be right. The chains come out.
Yeah, I think it's going to be short because of the mark. But I tell you, these quarterbacks, they're not big in stature, Vance. But I mean, every time I'm right with you, I'm thinking, oh, they're going to be tackled. They just kind of bounce off. But it's going to be a Centennial ball, so it is a no.
Well, that last extra effort had us all fooled. Then at the very end, we felt like he got it at the end of the play. Here we go, Paul. Here's a great look on our Volvo Rinse replay. Actually, I thought there it was done. He sprouts out, and if nothing else, he lost control of the football, but he just laid it out there. Okay, well, as it stands, a big turn of events here. 9.5 left in the first half. The Golden Hawks with a big hold, as you say, Jim Maples. We've known him always to be a guy that trusts his coaching staff, feels that, hey, if we don't get the first down here, our Blades defense is going to step up, and that's the chat I had with Coach Maples coming down was, Jim, how's the defense this year? And he did talk extensively about Craig Miller. He says, Vance, this guy's been a great addition, and now we feel we're confident in all areas of our game. 1st and 10 Golden Hawks. Here come the red and gold.
Wow, and look at Fabre in the backfield. That's a scary sight.
Brock Bivens, QB. He's got 2 backs behind him. Fabre could get the call. but it's going to be Bivens dropping back. Bivens goes to his left, has a lot of room to run, and that's what he's going to do. Bivens gets out of bounds at about the 23-yard line, 7-yard gain. Got out of there quick, didn't he, Paul?
Yeah, smart choice, because East High defenders were going to put a licking on him. And here we see Fabry pick up and pinch that DN right there. He gets out here and running, get out of bounds, and his mother says, good boy, good boy.
And Carlos, our cameraman's, Carlos, had to get out of the way there too. All right, here we go. Bertrand on the carry, gets past the 20-yard line. He's up to about the 19. Wow.
First down.
We are 9 minutes and 12 seconds away from halftime. The Blades 7, the Golden Hawks 3. It's been, we call it a defensive game, Paul, but there's been some really nice offensive plays as well as Bertrand finds the hole and a nice job of running. We have a timeout on the field. We're in the second quarter, and it seems like our director, Bernie Johnson, has a play queued up that really threw us into a bit of a tizzy there because we thought he was down, and next thing you know, he ran for about a 90-something yard touchdown. Here's the first touchdown of the game, everybody, if you're just joining us. Look at this play.
Right there. Everybody thinks he's down.
Oh, my goodness.
Game of inches.
Jan Wallets then goes from there, and he's off to the races. And
bye-bye at this point.
I mean, he couldn't have been more than 2 inches above the ground with his kneecap. And a clean play, no flags, and it was a 3rd and 12, I think, Paul. 3rd and 12 deep.
3rd and 12 on the 7-yard line. So 2 inches all of a sudden becomes 93 yards and 7 points, or 6 points, and then the extra point there. But, 2 inches, everybody says, the field's 100 yards. I tell them, it's a game of inches. 2 inches, and all of a sudden he's not out of bounds. 2 inches, and he's down on the ground. It's a game of inches, and that's why fundamentally, you've got to continue to practice fundamentals.
The handoff up the middle.
Fabry.
Went to Fabry. Fabry picks up maybe 1 or 2 yards. That'll bring up a second down and about 9. We're under the 9-minute mark. No huddle offense for the Golden Hawks. Fabry again in the backfield. Hard count by the Golden Hawks. Bivens connects out to Bertrand. Oh, and it looks like we're going to have our first call of the year, leading with the head. Let's see if this is the call. I believe it is. The defender came in, and it didn't look like a malicious, vindictive hit, but led with the head.
Yeah, as we're taking a look at the
and Nick
officials
Ellis,
here, and Nick Ellis, we're going to go back in. Nick was explaining to us at the very beginning of the year that the rule change comes in, personal foul with the helmet. There it is. There's our first call. Now the rule on that, and if I can explain this correctly, and please correct me if I'm wrong, it used to be we taught kids to come in and lead with their strike with their helmet, but make sure you could see what you hit is the golden rule.
And here at the end.
And then right here, boom, we lead with your helmet, even though your helmet's down. Now, it used to be that wasn't a rule unless you led and you were driving through with your helmet and spearing. Now, if you lead with your helmet and your helmet makes the first initial contact, that is a penalty.
Great read, Paul, and that was none other than Andre Smith coming in with the late hit, so an untimely penalty for one of their stars. And now it's 1st and goal from the 6-yard line. Centennial Golden Hawks knocking on the door with the hard count. Judy in motion. Up the middle, Bertrand. Bertrand gets great momentum up to about the 2-yard line. So, I'm sorry, that was Dustin Robinson in motion. Thought that was Judy in motion. So, wow, a really nice, strong run coming right at you, Brian. Did you see that play evolve?
Well, Vance, the hole opened up, and Bertrand just kept his legs going and ran through and picked up some good yardage. Now they're sitting like a 2-point conversion, so you can run or pass. But this is, I think, when the big fellas got to get it. Fabry, I think he's going to at least touch the ball once.
Yeah, I think, but he's lined up right over Zontek, the big sophomore for East High. See what he can do down here.
Quarterback keeper, and he's
in. They got to give him. He looked like he's 2 yards in the end zone.
Oh, boy. 3rd and inches. Paul, I'm with you, but then again,
the whole pile fell in there.
We're about a mile and a half away from the action up here, so.
Well, we get to see it because we get a replay from Volvo Rents. Unless his knee went, well, there it is. Maybe his knee went down. They saw it. They're on the field. We're way up here. But I do have my glasses on. So,
third and look at that football. It is so close.
Wow.
To the end zone. I formation. Wow, power formation.
You follow that center.
Uh-oh, he tries to get in, and they gave it to him from the offside line, Judge.
Wow.
Wow, this East High crowd is up on their feet saying, wait a second.
Boy, that was a quick whistle. But as soon as the ball breaks the plane.
This is the first time for the Blades in the 2006 season that they've been behind, so now it's 9-7 Golden Hawks. And I'm so glad, there's Brian Adams in our picture right over there, everybody, about the 11 o'clock spot over there, and I'm so glad we have Brian down there because I have a feeling this is going to be a very close football game. The kick is up, and it's good. Taylor Alexander right down the middle. Golden Hawks 10, East High 7. It is the second quarter, and it is a tradition that we started about a week ago.
As we're watching the replay here, the Volvo Rents replay, as he barely gets in right there at the beginning, and that's a great call by the official, putting his and blowing the whistle right away so we don't get any injuries, undue necessary injuries, people shoving and pushing. He broke the plane, it's a touchdown, blow the whistle, called the touchdown. There we go. All right, predictions.
Paul Press, I'll give you the first one tonight.
Sure.
Big game tonight will be, I'm going to give you the B&B. Buchanan 1-1 at Bakersfield High School. I talked to my brother-in-law, Paul Dameron, a few minutes ago before the game started, and I could hear the crowd down there already going bonkers. Buchanan at BHS. Paul Press.
All BHS. Sorry, Buchanan. Welcome to Bakersfield. You had to travel all the way here just to get beat up by the Drillers.
Oh, thank you.
Philip Thomas is going to take that. I just talked to Coach Van Horn right before I got here, and they were pretty excited over there at the Drillerland to have Buchanan in Bakersfield to get beat up.
All right. After this kickoff, I will hear from Brian Adams about the big football game, Weston Liberty, the kickoff. It's going to be taken by Andre Smith. Smith looking for some room. Smith breaks through. Look out, everybody. Oh, boy.
Uh-oh, bye-bye.
Oh, boy. Well, I guess all I had to do was say something about how we haven't seen much of Andre Smith lately, and that's about all it's going to take. Wowee. Brian, he ran it right in front of your view. You watched it happen in front of your eyeballs. Was it wide open from the very beginning, or did he make something happen?
Well, Vance, they scripted the ball to him, he picked it up. There was a big hole on the left side. He's going to just take it up the left and make one guy miss. Once he hits the sideline with his speed, there's nobody on Centennial can run with him, and he's going to just run all the way down and an easy walk in for 6, and now they're back on top, so that's how you respond.
Andre Smith with an electrifying 80-yard kickoff return. 80-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. Wow.
Just like that, East High's back up on top, you know, and Centennial's got to be a little sick in the stomach. Two big plays. That's it. I mean, two kickoff return and a busted play, a missed tackle. Wow.
Well, everybody, we'll get another look at it from our Volvo Rents replay perspective. Smith had one good move, and that was it. Boom, he's gone. And, you know, Josh Crenshaw tried to catch up with him at the end, but as you can see, now he's in his track mold, and he's gone.
Wow, he's fast. He's really fast. He doesn't maybe not look that fast on the replay, but trust me, if you're watching this on TV in person, this young man is very fast.
Brian Adams, West High School tonight with the unbelievable running back. And all you guys, you and Paul are going to have to start switching out who your top running backs are, because week one, you know, all I'm saying, Brian, is you need to give me the call right now. West High School at Liberty with the young junior phenom quarterback, Byron Campbell.
Vance, I'm going to go at West High. You know, you're the reigning champs till the people in town beat you. And with Ryan Matthews, it just might be too much. And they have that confidence. Once you win that first title and those guys come back, you just start believing in yourself. I'm going to go at West High. It's going to be a close one, though, but I'm going with West.
Campbell can get going at that quarterback position tonight and get some long passes out there and stretch that defense out, could be a very big ball game. Look at this. Centennial coming left. Looking for some room. And he is upended at about the 23-yard line. The crowd loved it. Not that big of a hit, but he upended him. And that always gets the crowd going. Eddie Coronado gets it up to about the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Golden Hawks. Paul Press, the next prediction for tonight's game. Let's talk about Shafter 2-0. Shafter 2-0 at the 2-1 Foothill Trojans. That's going to be an interesting outcome. Shafter at Foothill. Brad in the newspaper says Shafter 28-21.
Brad's wrong. Dennis Manning has got Foothill believing. Brad is wrong. I like Brad from the newspaper. But I think Dennis Manning, a West High alumnus and a great guy, and hey, Coach Sneed's over there helping with the freshmen and everything. Foothill is believing.
Love it. Love it. Look at this. Look at this. Beautiful piece of running there. He's still on his feet. The entire Bright House, and some laundry at the end. The entire Bright House production crew just with every move. A great run. But will it come back? And it does. Doggone it. Joey Bertrand with a great run, and boy, I sure like Bertrand's style.
Yeah, it should still be a first down. From where the play happened, they'll move it back, but it should still be a first down. Just kind of hurt the end of the play there.
One of the premier football fields in the junior college system in the entire United States, let alone California. This is absolutely the jewel of all junior college football fields up here. Bakersfield College. Paul Press stoked that the blitz are in the northeast end zone.
That's right.
Well, Centennial has a long TD run back on them, and then their first play from scrimmage, they get about a 38-yard run, and that gets called back. Perseverance right now, the key word for Coach Nixon and his Golden Hawks, to stay tight and stay strong in this first half.
I like that vocabulary, perseverance. Nice job.
Thank you, Paul. 2nd and 2, might put the ball in the air. They are going to. Look at this, great pass, but a missed tackle. Hey. Just keep on going. Would I call that perseverance? I sure would. Zach Dracos, the younger brother of Ryan Dracos, and I had the opportunity to bump into his dad tonight as we're getting our tri-tip sandwiches down from BC Concessions. And, Dracos had a chance there to wrap him up and put that play to an end. But now a big first down for the Golden Hawks with regards to momentum. So Zach Dracos, key player for the Blades. Let one get away there. 1st and 10, Golden Hawks up the middle. Christian Johnson, the 5'11 junior, hit hard and run back there. Hey, I think it's time, Paul, that you and I say a big thank you on behalf of all of the Bright House Network Productions crew, because whenever somebody feeds us, they are really, truly helping themselves, aren't they? Because we're going to get them on the TV. Paul, give us the word.
Martin Guerrero. Martin Guerrero is the man up here at BC. You've got to find him. Come up, support BC football. Or if your high school's playing up here, Martin and his crew has a great sandwich.
Martin Guerrero and Lisa, they hooked us up with a tri-tip beauty. Look at this. Doggone it. Intended out there for Dustin Robinson. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 8. Again, thank you, Martin and Lisa, for the great sandwiches.
Yes.
Under 6 minutes left here in the first half. This is just a stellar evening. We had that strong wind over the last couple days and has blown some of the gunk out of here, and we're able to see all the way across the city. I can see the lights over there at Bakersfield High School. I can see the lights over at the Padre. I can see the lights out there at the Bright House Networks Amphitheater. Wow. 3rd and 8. Golden Hawks still fighting in this first half. Want to get in the end zone again. Beautiful play. Look at this. He's going to put it in the air. Bivens. A nice pass out there, and Eddie Coronado has some room. Eddie Coronado is going to get run out of bounds at about the 13-yard line, and that was a great play from two really great players that made that happen. Brock Bivens rolls to his left, and at the last possible moment, and I mean yardage-wise, he was about to cross over the line of scrimmage. He makes this pass out here, and whoa, boy, Coronado almost drops it, and then Paulie's off to the races with one good move.
Yeah, cuts across there, gets across the grain, and it's out. And I'm like waiting to see, where did he step? See, it looks like to me that he got all the way down to 13, and for some reason they marked the ball back here on the 20. He wasn't even close to stepping out on a replay, so I don't know. They look like they shorted him about 7 yards, but
there's a great shot of the East High cheerleaders, as Paul mentioned. We think that there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 25 cheerleaders.
Yeah.
25 cheerleaders, and Crystal Sanchez. Are you telling me?
Nicole.
Oh, Nicole. Oh.
Now, Crystal Sanchez is our media relations director, and it's Nicole Sanchez does our intern and does our community relations. So Nicole, as Crystal and Nicole are both working with East High, and everything's good. Man, I've got everybody in my ear going, no, it's this and that. Both Sanchez girls work with East High.
Brock Bivens on a 1st and 10, and mix up there on the routes, and well, 2nd and 10, and maybe we should clarify what was happening. We've got a lot goes on during a football game, everybody, and Paul and I, and all 4 of our ears, if that makes any sense, have a lot of things happening. So here's our Volvo rinse replay, and mix up on the routes, but better safe than sorry. The ball overthrown, and that brings up a 2nd and 10. 5:17 left in this first half. Split way far left down here is Eddie Coronado. Bivens in the shotgun, has 3 out to the right side. Bivens going to hand up here to Bertrand. Bertrand in trouble. Oh boy, Bertrand might be able to pick up a block from Bivens, but he's not going to be able to outrun this East defense. Oh boy. And a late flag. Oh boy, Sean Hall came in and laid out one of the Blades late in the play, and that's going to be an unnecessary roughness at the very end. Oh boy.
That's a huge play. They lost 15 on the play, plus another 10 or 15 here with the late hit. Yeah, that took them out of field goal range. I mean,
wow. Well,
man, that's just a shame. You've got to go forward there, take maybe a 4 or 5 yard loss, but don't keep running back. East High is way too fast to try to turn around, pivot, and go.
Brian Adams said, if you're not Reggie Bush, don't try it.
Yeah.
Brian Adams, tomorrow there's 2 games taking place.
Yes, sir.
But it seems that the whole football world is only talking about one of them. We'll get to that one in a second. I'd sure like to talk about your Bruins that happen to be playing in the other game. Let's talk a little UCLA football, Brian, after this play.
All right.
Well,
2nd and 10. No, sorry. 2nd and 43. 2nd and 43. Bivens looks, wants to throw to Coronado. Now Bivens is going to keep it himself. Bivens looking for some room. We've had some very exciting long runs in this football game, and Bivens gets wrapped up at about the 44-yard line. Oh, boy.
Well, I think it was 3rd down. The down marker down on the field has it 3rd. It should have been 3rd down because they did run the play, and the penalty came after the play. I think the scoreboard had it wrong. So now it's going to bring up 4th and very long. So we're going to see a punt here. And, Coach Nixon's not going to be very happy with this because, like I said, the score's 14-10. They're down there, Vance, in a great position to get some, really make some damage, maybe score or at least get a field goal. And now here they are punting, and whoa, they may have caught East High with too many men on the field.
Look at this. McDonald's going to try to field it, and it takes a beautiful Centennial bounce. McDonald
he touched it.
Fumble! Touchdown!
Wow. Yep. There are flags on the field, but I believe it was too many men on the field for East High.
Oh, my goodness. This has been a roller coaster first half. Brian, what did you see?
Well, Vance, it looked like the ball bounced back and hits him as he's trying to get by it. I didn't understand it. Once he wasn't going to field it, young guys at home, You can fake it like you're going to catch it. Go to the 10-yard line. If it goes in the end zone, good. If it doesn't, don't worry about it. But it hits them, they recover it, and it's touchdown. So 2 plays on each team, and they balance out because Centennial gets a touchdown off of it after going 3rd and 43, whatever it was.
Well, Brian, you were talking about one coach not being very happy at the end of half, and I knew you were talking about Nixon. Now you can have 2 coaches that are pretty aggravated as we go out, Paul.
Oh, you're exactly right.
I wouldn't want to be standing over by that gate. Well, here comes Nixon. Nixon's still not going to be happy. Coach Nixon's not going to be happy with what happened with their offense. And Maples, hold on, Jimmy. Don't let it get to you too hard, buddy. Because, wow.
All right, here we go. The PAT is good, 17-14, the Golden Hawks. What a great first half for a football fan to watch. If you've got your side, well, you're going to be concerned on some things, happy with some things. But as far as being a football fan, this has been a great first half. Here we'll see one more look at this Volvo Rinse replay. First and foremost, it was a heck of a punt. That ball traveled a long ways. It stayed up there.
Yeah, and we get, as we're seeing the field right now, but here comes the replay. As you can see, a nice high punt. First of all, it takes the Centennial bounce instead of going in the end zone. It bounced on about the 2-yard line, and right there,
he must have thought he could make a break for it.
Oh, I'm going to get it. I'm going to get it now.
He must have thought he could make a break for it.
And it takes a crazy bounce. It took 2 crazy bounces.
Wow. Well, I've got a second here. To ask Brian about tomorrow. Brian, a lot of people talking about that SC Nebraska game, but another very nice football game tomorrow, the Bruins and the Huskies.
Well, Vance, the Bruins are keeping it going from last year. They had those 3 losses on offense with the other Olsen, Mercedes Lewis, and the Mighty Might, but they're still grinding it out.
Wow. McDonald now fields that one, and he goes down about the 26-yard line, so they put him in a different spot of the field, and the ball goes right to him. Well, Brian, it looks like Ben Olsen, the quarterback for the Bruins down at UCLA. Great game, not so great game, and there's so much concentration on the SC Trojans that that UCLA Bruins football team could make some noise.
Well, Vance, the thing is he hasn't played football in a few years, so it's going to take a few games for him to get all the way back. But you can see at times he has that potential that made him the #1 player out of Thousand Oaks.
Looking forward to that football game. Paul Press, after this first play, we got the referees talking. Paul Press, Nebraska on the road. They say possibly in upwards of 15 to 20,000 Cornhusker fans coming in to take on the Trojans. Will they get beat by 25 or 35? How bad will they get beat?
You know what? I don't think they're going to get beat by more than 25, maybe 21. I don't even know. Nebraska's playing well this year.
Hey, they're ranked.
And the new coaching staff there, and they've got them back believing that they can score. They're scoring a ton of points. So I don't know. Last stat I saw, they've outscored their opponents something like 210 to 30 or something this year. I don't know. So Nebraska could put up. It's not the old Tom Osborne grinded out offense. They're actually moving the ball now. So
we have a timeout on the field. It's an officials timeout right now. The head referee. Well, Paul, give us our names for us, will you?
Yeah, referee is James Taplin. Umpire Dan Harris. Back judge is Troy Ochoa. Line judge Angel Gonzalez. And the head lineman is Bart Pohl. That's who's working tonight, and they've had their hands full with all these big plays and broken tackles and everything. And all in all, I think they've done a great job.
Well, Brian, his headphones are off right now, so he's going to try to scoop up what information he can give us.
Yeah, we got Brian Adams down there talking to Coach Maples, getting this inside scoop, and he's going to report back to us and let us know here in a minute. But what do we got going here?
Well, let me guess what I think this is going to be. My guess is that it was they might try to say that it should have been a touchback on the touchdown, meaning that but I don't see how maybe the ball crossed over, but I don't see how that could be though. Well, we'll try to find out. Brian is standing literally 1 foot away from head coach Jim Maples from the East High School Blades, and we'll get his take on it. But here is the referee, and he's going to try to make some type of a call here and let us know.
This is James Taplin, and he walked over and then put his head down and said, put the ball on the field and let's go.
There's only one man that has the answer, Brian Adams.
Vance, talking to Coach Maples, in high school, when you have a muff and it's recovered in the end zone, it's a touchback. And so they're saying it should not have been a touchdown. And they cannot take points off the board. They have to go because they already called it and went through with it. So basically.
So head coach Jim Maples basically taking an official apology. Andre Smith can be an antidote to that. Andre Smith still on his feet.
Wow.
Finally drugged down at about the 48-yard line. So head coach Jim Maples not pleased with an unfortunate bad stroke of luck for the referees, because obviously it was a poorly played ball on the East High Blades part, as far as McDonald not making the right play on it, and great coverage by the Golden Hawks, but a rule is a rule. But be that as it may, Jim Maples says, well, let's put the ball in Andre's hand. Maybe he'll get another 50-yarder, and he does. 1st and 10 Blades. 3.5 left in the first half. They're down by 3. It's been a great first half. Ryan Patterson up to about the 30-yard line, and it just seems to me that every time the Blades put the ball on the ground, they're gobbling up yards. So the Blades getting big yardage, run after run after run. Doesn't matter who they put the ball in his hand. This one's Ryan Patterson, and Patterson, another big run, Paul. Everybody just gaining ground.
A big kid coming around the corner and great blocking. I think East High's got a little attitude now. I think Coach Maples came out, and as I call him, the big bear, man, Maples comes out, and you don't want him mad at you. And I think he finally just laid the hammer on his players and said, let's get this done and quit messing around.
Smith in motion. Smith, double reverse. Fumble! Oh, my goodness! Woolitz drops the ball. A bad exchange between Smith and Woolitz. The ball goes back about 9 to 10 yard loss, back to about the 39-yard line. And it begs to question, with all of the power running that they've been achieving play after play, to try to mix things up. I guess they're just trying to keep them off guard. Here's Smith, and he takes the ball, and Woolitz just drops it in.
Wow.
Fortunately, Johnny on the spot there. Matt H drops on top of the football. Now you've got 2nd and 18.
Oh, watch Skidmore.
Smith in motion. Smith's going to take this one. Same play again. Smith looks to the outside. Smith looking for some room, and Smith breaks it open. Touchdown, East High School. The same play.
He is so fast. He gets to that corner so quick. If he stays in the weight room and gets a little bit more muscle on him, this kid definitely can play on a Saturday afternoon somewhere. I mean, he's just a little light, but if he stays in that weight room and keeps his grades up, he's very impressive, Vince.
What a first half. Andre Smith from 36 yards out bolts into the end zone to make it 20-17. The Blades with the PAT make it 21-17. And with 2:11 left here in the first half, hey everybody, you're watching exclusive coverage of Bright House Network's high school football game of the week, and this has been a great one to start things off. Here's another look at this touchdown run, Paul.
Here we see it right here. Well, catch him. There we go. He does a little dip. All the great running backs do it. They'll set that last guy up. They'll dip in a little bit. They'll get him flat-footed, and then all of a sudden, bam, he hits that corner. Bye-bye. You're not going to catch this kid. No chance. Dips it in, and, here we go with 2 minutes, 11 seconds left, but, man, I don't know what to say because anything can happen in this game.
Brian Adams, game 1, week 1, Golden Valley at South. You had mentioned one of the finer running backs in the city, Bryson Hodges. We know Ryan Matthews, a powerhouse at West. Last week we see everything Philip Thomas and Saxon Moore as well, but Philip Thomas. Your thoughts on Andre Smith in the lexicon of 2006 runners here?
Well, Vance, he's probably going to be the smoothest one we're going to see in terms of the ability to run a high speed, but you can't really tell that he can shift gears. And you just have guys with different types of running ability. But I tell you this, the Golden Hawks have a great return team. They just seem to get holes open and get big chunks, 20, 30 yards. So we're just seeing different styles, but they're all effective. And you can see it from that one run from Andre, he's just so smooth, as Paul said, then he just uses that little dip pauses the defender and he bounces outside, and when he hits the sideline, he's probably going to be the fastest one we're going to see all year in terms of the top guys. When he just gets it and he accelerates, and nobody's going to catch him.
We're watching Eddie Coronado on the kickoff return for the Golden Hawks. Thank you, Brian. And I've seen a lot of speed on both sides of the field tonight. Coronado, Bertrand, the quarterback Bivens has some great speed. So, man, oh man, 2 minutes and 2 seconds left here in the first half. Can't wait for the second half as the clock will tick right after this first play. It's been a quick first half. Bivens out to Coronado. Would have been a nice play had it unfolded with a reception, but dropped. That'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah.
Paul,
Number 65, East High. I'm so impressed with this young man on defense. And he has just been all over. He didn't make a hit on that, but he came in so fast that he caused that ball to be thrown down in the ground. There was no passing lane. As we see the Hawks step out and throw it deep.
Whoa.
Oh!
Bivens lofts it up there 40 yards, 45 yards, and just over the extended arms of the Blade defense. Wow, we've had a good look at Bivens here, throwing the ball well and maybe missing a few reads here as well. Hey, Brian Adams, tomorrow night, the Holy Bowl. You and I called a game 3 or 4 years ago, John Finucchi's last game as head coach. Remember that one? It was one of the immortal football games down to the last play between Garces and San Joaquin Memorial. Tomorrow night, the Holy Bowl. After this play, let me get your thoughts. 3-0 Garces at 2-0 San Joaquin Memorial. Ooh, here we go. 3rd and 10. Bivens looks. Bivens hit hard. Thrown down to the 30. Big play from that Blade defense, and it came at a big time. Looks like we're going to have a timeout from the East High School Blade side. Well, Brian, tomorrow night they call it the Holy Bowl. 2 Catholic schools here in the Valley, 2 very old schools. Garces at San Joaquin Memorial.
Well, Vance, I think Garces is on a roll. They have confidence. They have some great players out there that are starting to really play well. They're seniors. You're talking about Tommy Barron, Adrian McCullum, Adrian McCullum, not Jack Campbell.
Yeah, Jack Campbell.
The Campbell boy. And then, they're just playing well. And they're a well-coached team, and I know a lot of guys on that staff, and I'm going with Garces on that one.
Paul Press and Brian Adams. Our man Corey Costello is considered one of the experts in the community, and along with all of the gentlemen at the Californian. And we have not confirmed, everybody. It's important to let you know we have not confirmed next week's game yet. There's still some discussion out. One of the beautiful things we're doing this year is working with the high school district and kind of maneuvering and molding the schedule to get everybody a look. We'll get back to that in just a moment.
Here we go. McDonald
fields it at the 30. Nice coverage by the Golden Hawks. So kickoffs and punts returns and kickoff returns, special teams for both teams tonight. Well, albeit one bad play for the Blades. But other than that, everybody's been playing pretty smoothly on the special teams tonight. 1:26 left in this first half. It's been a seesaw battle. Blades 21, Golden Hawks 17. We're up at Bakersfield College Memorial Stadium. And there's head coach David Finucchi right there in the bottom right of your screen for the Garces Rams. He's chewing on some seeds, or trying to. Come on, coach, get those seeds out.
He's a great guy. I really like that coach. He's an outstanding coach and outstanding man.
Willits back behind the center. Willits running to his left, wants to throw to his right. Willits is going to get hit, and he is brought down at the 37-yard line, and a Golden Hawk who made the tackle is down. The hot pursuit by that Golden Hawk who made the tackle. I didn't get the number yet. He is down.
Yeah. As we look back, we saw Coach Finucchi there. A lot of people saw it in the paper this summer. The passing of his father. Great man here in Kern County. I never had the pleasure to meet him. Just his influences went deep here with anybody who had anything to do here in Kern County sports. And our condolences go out to the whole Finucchi family, because of what they have done for not just Garces Memorial High School, but for everybody here in Kern County. with the Little League baseball and everything else that they've always been involved in. If you've ever played sports here in Kern County, I'm sure some way you've been affected by the Finucane family. So.
Well, we have a player down over there, and I'm sorry, everybody, I didn't get to see the number, and he was in heavy pursuit, and I think it might be Kevin Horak. And
well, maybe, but it looks like he's getting up right here, so we'll get his number here, and it looks like he's going to shake it off.
It is Kevin Horak, and he's all over the field, and he is a force to be reckoned with on that football field. So he is being helped off the field really ginger on that left foot over there. So let's see what happens. Hopefully he's going to be all right. 2nd and 8, a $1:09 left in this first half. What a football game we've had so far on Bright House Networks tonight, week 3. 2nd and 8. Over to the right side. Handoff goes to Bill Ashley. Ashley gets out of bounds, so the clock stops. Well, our first football game, week 1, Golden Valley pretty much handed that one to South. That was a big victory there. And then last week, Stockdale High School was hosting the Drillers. They were in it for a while, and then Philip Thomas took over and made that a BHS route. Tonight, tight ball game. 3rd and 4. Stoppage of play for just one moment. Referees keeping things straight here. We have a pretty quick half here, but we've been delayed by just a couple of, I think that he, wow.
Well, I don't know how much further you're supposed to land out of bounds.
A double wow for Paul and myself.
He was out of bounds by 5 yards. I mean, he almost hit the runway of the tartan track.
I think actually they didn't run it. They didn't run it when we ran the first play. If my memory serves me correctly, I said a $1:03 when we started the play. Smith, same play again. Oh my goodness, it's the same exact play. Smith down to about the 41-yard line.
Man, he is so fast. When they run that fly sweep is what they're running. They're running that fly sweep out of this tight set here. As you see it, it's a flat motion. He comes, that's a fly sweep. Old Delano used to run the fly sweep back in the days, and there it is, man. That's so hard to defend because East High doesn't always run that play.
Well, if you've got Kagan Henry up there, Kagan Henry up there blocking up field. Look at this, everybody. East High's going to put it in the air. Oh my goodness! Are you kidding me? You don't see that every day. John Wolich lays it right in the lap of Ryan Skidmore, and that just doesn't happen. That's the kind of player you just.
No.
You just got to put that one in the back of your mind and keep going. What a beautiful play.
Ryan, this will be Ryan's one drop this year. He's got very good hands. He's quite a tight end. He's one of the best tight ends in the Valley. And so we could see the reaction there by one of the coaches like, what? Oh, come on. It's one of those nights where you just got to keep working. I see Skidmore running a seam route, and they're trying to cover him up, but, man, that's
Smith in motion. They might do it again. Oh, boy, Smith wide open. Wallets throws it out there, but, into that wind, and that wind, it's like just hitting a wiffle ball in your backyard. It just goes right up there and dies. He had Smith open on the left, but that brings up a 3rd and 10. Hey, if you're Coach Nixon, you're loving this.
Yeah, and if I'm Coach Maples, I'm looking out there at my receivers and going, why are you walking back to the huddle with your hands on your hips? If you're out of shape, then get off the field. And he's got, wow, look at that pass. That was up there.
Just gets held up on the wind.
Yeah, and they broke it off. There was I still think, a miscommunication there. They stayed over the top.
3rd and 10, 24 seconds left here in this first half. Bright House Network's high school football game of the week brought to you by Volvo Rinse, Barber Honda. Well, Skidmore again split out right. He's got nobody behind him in the backfield. He's running. He's in trouble, or is he? Jan Woolitz, we've seen this before. Woolitz tries to cut upfield. A face mask. Oh, my goodness. What a tough break for the Golden Hawks. Gene Castillo chases him down, puts all that effort into it, and doggone it, got a face mask on him, and oh boy. Just as we're thinking that Coach Nixon is enjoying the last 30 seconds of this, oh boy. Well, goodness gracious. Gene Castillo with It looks somewhat like a Three Stooges tackle. Whip, whip, whip. Face mask, slap on top of the head.
And then he gets up and slaps his own head right here. Oh, no, I can't believe I did that.
He comes up and he just knows it. Well, let's take a look at that again if we can see it. Unfortunately, you know, you've got Woolitz running for his life, and then Castillo gets him, and then pile drives him. Woolitz looks upfield, lobs it up there. It's going to be to Skidmore. Skidmore does not get it. The ball goes out of bounds, incomplete, and that's it. The end of the first half. Wowee. East High School Blades 21, Centennial Golden Hawks 17. It's been an excellent first half of football. If you enjoy big plays, great defense, a couple of different touchdowns, let's go down to the field. Brian Adams catching up with head coach Brian Nixon of the Golden Hawks. Brian.
Coach Nixon, I just want to get you for a second. 21-17, looks like your defense is doing a good job. What do you have to do in the second half to get it going and pull out a victory?
We have to stop the big plays. We killed ourselves offensively, but big plays for them. You know, they have fly sweep going right now. Early they had a kickoff return, those kind of things. A couple minutes to it, they had a long run at the start off, first touchdown. So they got a bunch of big plays, and we got to stop the big plays and keep the ball and finish it when we get it.
All right, well, good luck in the second half. Back to you, Vance.
Thank you, Brian. Well, that's it. The first half is in the books. East High Blades 21, Golden Hawks 17. Come back for the second half. Can't wait to see you.
When you live in a Bright House, you can always be there when they need you most.
Oh, hey, Mom.
Thanks to Digital Phone. Our calling plans help you save on local and long distance.
Yes, love you too.
So talk all you want.
Hi.
Hey,
You need to get that?
a voicemail.
See how bright life can be.
Honey, are you going to do that yard work today?
I'm looking up all the places I need to go. Next Saturday, I'll go and get the stuff.
Locally owned and operated, Volvo Rents has everything you need for that weekend home improvement project. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff will guide you through our vast assortment of tools, supplies, and rental equipment. From concrete or masonry mix, mixers or finishing tools, to lawn equipment and landscaping supplies and more. At Volvo Rents, we deliver more care in every rental.
I got you everything you need at Volvo Rents. Here's some gloves. Bye.
You're watching the high school football game of the week on Bright House Networks.
Coach Mabel, 21-17 the first half. Had a call, didn't go your way. What do you tell the kids, and what are you going to do in the second half to try to preserve your lead?
Well, you know, things like that happen. Those referees are all good guys. They, you know, everybody makes mistakes, and it was an honest mistake. But, you know, we just got to start playing the way we can play. We really haven't done that on either side of the ball, and, you know, we start picking it up a little bit at the end of the half, so I think we're ready to carry it over in the second half.
Is it TV that's doing it to you guys tonight?
Well, I hope that's not what it is. I hope we can rise to the occasion. So they better pick it up and play a little better in the second half.
Well, good luck in the second half, Coach. Back to you, Vance.
Thank you, Brian. Brian grilling head coach Jim Maple. It's not the TV, is it? Of course not. Brian Adams working the field. Brian, did you scoop up any other vibes as those teams were coming out? I don't know if you'd really got a chance to talk to anybody. Did you get a sense of any type of emotional ups or downs as they were coming back onto the field right now?
Well, Vance, you just don't have that sense of urgency right now from either team. But I got to think, if you're Centennial Golden Hawks, you got to feel good about your position. You're 21-17. You're right where you want to be. If you can continue to play good defense and eliminate those big plays like Coach Nixon said, you have a chance to steal a ball game. On the flip side, if you're the East High Blades, you got to do what you've been doing the first 2 weeks. You got to tighten down defense, play your assignment, and start making some tackles. It's just been really some sloppy tackling. I know that Coach Miller is not going to be happy with his defense. He's been talking about his defense for quite a while.
Thank you, Brian. Paul, let's take a look at some of these touchdowns. Here's the first one, and this was the one that I think everybody will be talking about for at least the first half. They've been talking about it. Whoa, his knee was 2 inches away, and now it's a touchdown.
Yeah, and here he goes, 93 yards later. What a different 2 inches make, huh? Makes 93 yards. Who would ever thunk it, huh? As they say. But great athletic move and the will not to give up, and then turns on the Jets there and gets down there. We check out some other replays here, the action from the first half.
So Woolitz with the first big TD. And then I think we all kind of wondered, well, will Centennial bounce back? Will they jump back? And then they were at the goal line from a really nice run. And their quarterback, Brock Bivens, took it in for him.
And, they sustained, Centennial's been putting together some nice drives and putting it together, but let's face it, the whole thing about the first half is big plays. Kickoff returns, botched punts, missed tackles. Here we go, second half.
Well, Centennial receives the kickoff, and oh my goodness, another big play and some more room. Look at this, Eddie Coronado still on his feet, and he hops over East High players and lands at about the 29-yard line. So here come the Golden Hawks right out of the gate.
Yeah, and once again, I have to say right now, I don't know who coaches the Centennial Golden Hawks special teams, but I tell you what, I'll take this coach on my staff because they look very good. They go return left, return middle, return right. That was return right. That was a setup return to go there. You can tell by the blocking up here, you can see they're putting up some great wedges and doing some nice jobs here as they come out. And let's see what they do. Spread. We got two out here to the left, two in the back, split backs.
Oh, a hard count. Looks for it. Brock Bivens looks over. Do we have him off? No, we don't have him off. What's the call? Nixon giving him the signals. They better hurry up. Bivens running out of time, and if he doesn't call a timeout here soon, he's not going to get it off, and it is going to be close. Now he goes to the shotgun.
Wow.
Oh, boy, this snap better come any second. Ooh, boy. And from there, it looked like a mixed-up play on top of that. But look at this. Bertrand cuts up the field. Bertrand gets the first down. That was quite possibly one of the most bizarre plays you could ever see. Thank you, Brian. I was looking for the right word, and that was it. Brock Bivens went for the hard count, didn't get it, looked over for the coach's signal, took a long time to get the call, then backed up to the shotgun position, and I thought, my goodness. Gets off the play, hands it to Bertrand. Bertrand really wasn't expecting it, and they get an 11-yard gain. Oh, boy, here come the Golden Hawks.
After 45 seconds of standing there. I can't believe there wasn't a flag.
They got it figured out. 1st and 10 Golden Hawks. Robinson in motion. Bivens to Bertrand. Bertrand right up the middle. He's hit hard at about the 10-yard line, and he's going to be thrown back a yard, but Brian, you can probably sense that I'm going to come down to you right now. What about this offensive line for the Golden Hawks?
Well, right now, Vance, that offensive line has opened up some holes. Even on the play, like you said, that bizarre Keystone type of caper, they're just making holes. And the guys, you got to give the running backs credit. Bertrand is running tough and running physical.
Yeah, he is.
He's hitting those holes, and the Golden Hawks are on the move.
2nd and 1 from the 9. Robinson in motion again. This time right up the middle. Look out, East High. Here comes the Golden Hawks. And that was a big run by Christian Johnson. Christian Johnson, another junior that you talked about, Paul. I mean, Brian talked about at the pregame that we had of all these juniors that come up. And I think I might have alluded to it. You know, when you hear that, the proverbial, well, we've really improved from last year. What about the guys that were on last year's team? They don't want to hear that all the time. They're here now. They're ready to fight, and they're doing it. 23-21 Golden Hawks.
Yeah, you know, the varsity guys, they don't want to hear that. You're absolutely right. You know, they don't care about last year, really. It's a whole new year, and they're obviously they're in it to win it. They're showing everybody tonight, Golden Hawks are for real. They're out here to win this thing. You know, everybody talks about East High and this amazing offense, and it is amazing. Let's not take anything away from East High. Centennial's playing very, very good football, and they've come out and answered and taken the lead right now. With this extra point, they'll take a 3-point lead.
The kick is up, and it's good. 24-21, the Golden Hawks score on their first possession of the second half, and they did it quickly. A couple of plays here, a couple of plays there, and they're in the end zone. Here's another look at this big touchdown run. Goodness gracious, Christian Johnson just bowled over this East High front line, and into the end zone he goes. So right now, the East High coaching staff having a word with their defensive guys and saying, hey, fellas, you know, if we keep trading touchdowns and it gets late in the ball game, anything can happen. We want to try to handle our side of it.
Yeah, and as we get a look over there at the Centennial sideline, those coaches are smiling a little bit over there. Their personnel on that sideline, they're smiling, having a good time over there. I don't believe that was the coaches. That's not Nixon. That's some of their support staff
Coach
down there.
Jacobson from the JV team over there.
Smiling, yeah.
Feeling good about things.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, Centennial's, it all started on a short field. That great kickoff returns. I don't know, they've got to have at least 110 yards.
I'd be interested to see that stat, what they have.
Easy. I mean, they're getting 30, 40 yards every time. So,
well,
I mean,
and let me paint another picture here. The Centennial kickoff team has had a different array of kicks, and here's another one. Well, it's a low kick, and it's taken up out there by Jose Salazar, and I think that might be a face mask. It might be a face mask. Centennial looking for a fumble, but that's not going to give.
Yeah, it looked like, you know, at first glance, it looked like a face mask, and they're probably going to call it that. Personal foul, face mask, there we see it. I'd be interested to see the replay. I don't think he got the face mask, but I could be wrong.
Jose Salazar is the man with the football, and it comes right about here. Yep.
See, it's by the collar.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah, it looks like he grabbed his pads around the collar there, and
well,
you know, that's a big call, but
first and 10. Here comes East High School. I would tell you that it's been a poor night as far as field position for both teams, but it hasn't. Both teams have started in very good field position on about 80% of either their punt returns or kick returns. Andre Smith, again, they look for this play, and Centennial did their homework in the locker room. And Paul, Coach Nixon talked to Brian Adams down there, Paul, but he was basically echoing what you were saying about that one specific play. What's the name of it?
The fly sweep, you know, and when you get a fly sweep is all designed to beat you to the corner. And I know when I was coaching up at Delano, we were playing the Tulare Western School, and they ran that fly sweep, and I pounded, or my defense kept pounding their back every time. Every time they'd fake it, we'd hit him even harder. But it's hard, and here they go. They fake the fly sweep, and they roll out here looking for Sizemore on the backside.
Wallets. Back up to the original line of scrimmage, and he is finally run out of bounds. So a lot of ground covered for, I guess, a 4-yard gain, 5-yard gain to get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Brings up 3rd and 10, though. And once again, as we can see here on the replay, he's getting out. They fake the fly sweep. He gets out here, but there's nobody open. There's a great job of Centennial secondary covering and sliding with the rollout. And now it's just everybody's pursuing, and we see number 40 coming in there, making sure that's Austin Marchant. Known that kid for a while. He's a senior, one of the few seniors that starts with Centennial. And him and his boys run him out.
Here we go again.
Looking way too much for Skidmore. They're trying to get it to Ryan Skidmore. It's almost where they're forcing it to him now. And if they would have looked upfield, they had somebody deep.
So Wallet's incomplete. Brings up a 4th and 11. So the Blades not really creating any danger out there. And Wallet's took a big hit as he unloaded that thing. Oh, boy. Caught that out of the corner of my eye in our replay. So, oh, boy. Andre Smith comes over and grabs some Gatorade over here at the back part of the bench of the East High Blades, and he's a dangerous component of this offense, but he's got to get the ball in his hand. Look out! It is blocked! Oh, boy. Golden Hawks special teams have really stepped up tonight. I don't know why he didn't scoop that up and go for a TD, but I think his coach was saying, get on it, get on it, get on it.
Here we go.
Boy.
And here we go. Let's see who gets in there.
Everybody, all of them.
Wow, the whole group. I think that was led by just the senior I was just talking about. Number 14 gets in there. Number 40's in there. Boy, they're all in there. Way to go. That's Adam Sandoval.
Recovered by Gene Castillo. I want to say Castillo. From the shotgun. Bat snap. Oh, my goodness. He's got to fall on it himself. So Brian, you mentioned Keystone Cops in another reference, and oh boy, bad snaps all around, and some are costlier than others, and now we're back in midfield with a 2nd and 20. Yikes.
Yep, goes through, squirts through, and
quarterbacks are taught to get on it.
Wild pitch. Catcher has to go back, scoop it off the backstop, and does a good job of recovery there.
2nd and 20 from the East High 45-yard line. From behind center. In motion will be Robinson again. The handoff goes up the middle. A nice gain, a 10-yard run, but it brings it back to the original line of scrimmage. And who'd have thunk it? Right up the gut is what's really hurting the Blades as we see it here, Paul.
As we watch, you see 81 Skidmore comes up. He's playing the defensive end, and he's getting too much penetration upfield instead of squeezing it down. And when they try to squeeze it down, Centennial Golden Hawks go outside. So he shoots upfield, and they run it right inside of him. It's a hard position to play, and Skidmore's a good defensive player. So here we see East High going to a 3-man front, playing a 3-5. More linebacker type.
Rolls to his right, makes one cut up. Bivens looking for some room. No, this time he's drugged down, and that is exactly what the doctor ordered for the East High Blades. Wow. A big play out there. Who made that tackle, Paul?
That's Eddie Morrow. Is it Morrow?
Eddie Morrow, 5'10", 165-pound junior linebacker with the speed. Eddie Morrow coming in to make the play.
Eddie Morrow's been all over the field. I like the way this kid plays defense. He's a hustler. They put him in the middle. They bring him outside. Put some weight on him. Hey, watch out, Joey Porter. This kid can play.
4th and 11. Bivens wants to go for it. Bivens look for some room. Beautiful pass. First down. Oh, goodness. Well, Dustin Robinson with a nice route right across the middle, and Bivens looks awfully poised. Let's talk to our receiver here on the production crew. Brian, what do you think about these routes?
Well, Vance, one thing, if you've watched Coach Nixon over the years, his receivers are going to run crisp routes. When they pass the ball, they're accurate. But you got to be impressed with Bivens, the junior, his composure.
Sure.
Coming in with this heralded defense, with their pressure and the speed, he's handled it well tonight.
Draco's out of the ball game. Into the ball game late, fixing his pads is Taras Dillard. Oh boy. Dillard still trying to put his helmet on, and Dillard makes the tackle. That's how you do it, right, fellas? You run on the very last second, your shoulder pads popping out, your chin strap's not on, and you make the tackle. Wow. Look at this right in your screen, everybody.
Well,
he just stepped on the football field and steps in and
yeah. Bad part about that is he had Xander Fabry coming at him, and he's a load.
Oh, wow.
Man, this kid he's just big, and I think he knocked his chin strap back loose. So
Fabry in the backfield with Christian Johnson. Robinson looks like he's coming across, goes back out. Bivens takes the snap, throws it over to Robinson. Robinson breaks one tackle, breaks another tackle, and the East High defenders in the backfield, the defensive backfield, not really making the big tackles they need here to hold guys to short gains. They're turning into 7-yard gains, 8-yard gains, sometimes 20-yard gains, Paul.
Yeah, there it is. Just a little X screen out there. He misses the block out there, but you know what? Great running, so he sheds that tackler. We've got a first down, and I tell you, Centennial scores right now. They're going to be up by 10 with about 6 minutes left in the third quarter.
1st and goal from the 7. Fabry in the backfield with Christian Johnson. In motion, Robinson. Ooh. Fabry with the carry. Fabry muscles up and does not get across, but he was right in front of the official. He gets down about the 1 foot line.
And there's a good chance he's going to get the ball again this next play. We've got a player down for East High right now as the medical staff walks out. Looks like he's got his helmet off, and he's holding his head. Looks like he got dinged in the head or something there. And one of his teammates is bringing his helmet off, so let's hope everything's all right. He's kind of kicking around, so looks like he's in a little bit of pain, but at least he's moving around and kicking and squirming, so that's a good sign.
That concerned gentleman is the principal of East High School. He's sitting above some of his students and very concerned as he looks on to see one of his student athletes on the field, down, not moving, his teammates on a knee. We'll take a quick break. 6 minutes and 5 seconds left here in the third quarter. Second and goal from the 1-foot line, and the Golden Hawks knocking on the door, ahead by 3, 24-21 over the East High Blades. You're watching the high school football game of the week only on Bright House Network's Bakersfield.
Phone and internet are all set.
Thank you. When you live in a Bright House, every day is easier.
I'll just follow the TV.
Good idea. Because there's only one number to call. And when you combine your digital cable, high-speed internet, and digital phone with the Digital Combo Plus, there's only one bill to pay. Save time, save money, and simplify your life with the Digital Combo Plus. See how bright life can be.
Honda is a proud supporter of Kern County's future NFL stars. Honda has the highest fuel economy average of any car maker in America.
Welcome back, everybody. Vance Palm alongside Paul Press. Way up high at Bakersfield College Memorial Stadium. Brian Adams down on the field, and Taurus Dillard is being helped off, and it appears to be a neck ache or injury. Something with his chin or his throat. His parents are down there, very concerned, and every right to be, and they're there to make sure he's okay. Here we go, second and goal from the 2-yard line, and after all of this, a whistle.
Yeah, we got the white hat over talking to Coach Nixon. Coach Nixon wants to know, hey, what's going on here? We've got second down, and they say ball on 2 to go on the scoreboard. But when the ball's on the 1-yard line, you don't need 2 yards to go. You need, I teach English, but I believe that's 3 feet, 1 yard.
Well, we don't really have an explanation, and I'm certainly not going to send Brian all the way across the field to figure it out, because here we go. Wow, power formation, look out. Up the middle, no stopping that young man. No dice. Centennial touchdown, Xander Fabry. Oh boy, 6'2", 241-pound junior. A junior. Goes off the field, and oh boy, he's going to be one tough customer the next couple years. Xander Fabry takes this Golden Hawk team into the end zone, 30-21, and here for the PAT to make it a 10-point ball game. The kick is up, it is good, and it is a 10-point ball game. Golden Hawks 31-21. Want to remind everybody that the high school football game of the week exclusively on Bright House Networks, brought to you by Barber Honda and Volvo Rents. Every Friday night, a new game in its entirety on Bright House Networks Channel 21 at 10:30 p.m. with an encore presentation Saturdays at 10:30 a.m. And now, on your schedule on demand, order the game for free 24/7 and pause, rewind, fast forward. You're in control with Bakersfield On Demand Digital Channel 300. New games appear every Tuesday and are available all season long. We'd like to thank our instant replay sponsor, Volvo Rents. Volvo Rents, a big part of these great shots and the great coverage that you see here on Bright House Networks. Also, the Barber Honda Player of the Game. We have a representative from Barber Honda here tonight, and he'll be giving out a nice award for the Barber Honda Player of the Game. And Brian and Paul, the Barber Honda Player of the Game, we had an easy choice in Bryson Hodges first week, a pretty unanimous easy choice last week in Philip Thomas, but tonight, goodness gracious, who would even bring it up at this time? No way.
Well, right now, things keep going the way they are. You definitely got to look at Brock Bivens, number 5. The leadership on the field has been tremendous. His leadership and what he's doing. Oh,
look at this. You got to be kidding me. Oh, man.
Man, don't blink because you're going to miss something around this game.
Oh, my gosh. Everybody, if you saw that one.
Wow.
Woo-wee. Eddie Cummings took a line drive kick and had it not been for the quick reflexes of that front part of the Centennial kickoff team, Eddie Bivens would have gone 50-yard lines on a bullet in his chest. Oh, boy. Well, it was number 50, Eddie Cummings on the look at this. Here comes Smith trying to get outside again. Now he's got the defense where he needs him, Coach Nixon. And they haul down the dangerous Andre Smith. Coach Maple still trying to pound that left side. And here we see, Paul, it almost breaks.
Yeah, but right there you can see him stringing it out, and then nice job coming up and filling in from the corner's position there.
Clay Wattenberger.
Coming in.
Haven't mentioned much of Clay tonight, but we need to. He's a 5'11", 161-pound senior. Another big, important part of the leadership needed on this Golden Hawk team. Nice tackle, Clay. 2nd and 9. Wallets throws it up into the wind. Wallets almost has it picked off, and that is an unimpressive effort. And Wallets looks over at his coaching staff. Sorry, Kern County, it's spelled W-O-L-L, but I'm mispronouncing it. It is Wallets.
Wallets. Well, I'll leave that one to you because you pronounce them a lot better than I do,
thanks.
so I'll leave the names.
Thanks.
Wallets. But Wallets to me looks like the ball, he's having a hard time gripping it or something because he's thrown that ball a few times and the receiver's been open towards the sideline, and all of a sudden the ball comes out and it just kind of like stays in the middle of the field and never gets to the sideline. As we bring up 3rd and long for the East High Blades, they fake the fly motion. Wallets gets out here to the sideline. He's looking upfield. He lets it go at the last minute, but he's way out of bounds.
Oh, Johnny, our old man Johnny used to cover cameras for us.
And we've got a cameraman laid out.
Well, Johnny got out of the way, and she took the hit. Come on, Johnny.
Wow.
Hey, everybody. Hey, Carlos, have him say hi.
She's all day.
For those of you Bright House faithful, you know Johnny was a longtime cameraman for us. Now he's working for one of the affiliates. And here's our man, Carlos, on the field. Carlos, you better look out. And, goodness gracious. Bedlam over there on the northeast side of the field.
Well,
man, oh, man. Here we go. 4th and 9, Paul. Looks like Ryan Skidmore is going to try to punt.
Yeah.
Jeffrey McDonald not on the play right now. Head coach Jim Maples looks back pretty angry.
Yeah. Here we go. Maples going to pull everybody together, and he's going, look, we cannot self-destruct right now. You boys, young men, have got to pull it together right now. We didn't get the first down there. We've got to kick this ball away. We're 10 points down. I shouldn't have to remind you that we still have a quarter and 5 minutes to play, and we need to pull this together. And we only have 10 guys on the field, and Coach Maple's doing a great job of keeping it together and showing his veteran leadership, because that's frustrating. When you've got a group of seniors on the East High squad like this and so talented, and just making mistakes, not being out on when you're supposed to be out there to block, not executing plays. And let's face it, Centennial Golden Hawks doing a great job defensively, but they've got to pull the trigger. You got to throw the ball before you run out of bounds.
Here we go, 4th and 9. Skidmore will punt into the wind, into that strong wind. He gets it up, and it's a nice spiral. And look at this, everybody. It's going to take a very, very nice East High School bounce. The crowd likes it from the east side. Brian Adams standing down there in the northeast corner. Brian, has the wind picked up at all?
Well, Vance has kind of stayed steady the whole night, but it kind of goes, and then sometimes it swirls on you. But right now, that was a good play. Good kick under the wind. Got a good roll, good coverage. Now you got the backs to the wall. You cannot lose your containment, cannot lose your composure or your assignment like Paul's talking about. You got to play within yourself. You have a chance to either force a punt or even make a safety with your speed and pressure.
4:53 left in this third quarter. Thank you, Brian. Look at that beautiful green end zone. Not where Centennial wants to be huddled, but Bakersfield's Memorial Stadium getting ready for a big game tomorrow night. Well, we see for East High School, Kyle Ashley, the other quarterback, warming up while his team is on defense, and the Golden Hawks with the power formation. And, oh, boy, as we talk of the frustrations for the East High Blades right now, Coach Nixon would sure like something crisp and clean. as far as this drive. And, he's got 99.5 yards, Paul, to work this clock.
Yeah. And the good thing is you do have 99 yards to work the clock. The bad thing is you have 99 yards to try to go somewhere.
You have half a yard before you get a safety.
Yeah. So definitely here, and we're going to see a heavy backfield where they're going three backs back there with Big Fabre behind them all. They're going to try to pound it out here, give it to the first back through, and he gets maybe 1.5 yards. So that'll bring up second, and looks like 9 yards, maybe 10. They're going to be on the 3rd-yard line.
And it's very important right now for these defensive blades out there, especially that middle linebacker in the middle of the field right there. You can't let one bust right here.
No. We remember, you got to wrap up. Everybody wants to do the big hit and try to get the safety here, but the last thing you want to do is give up a big play.
2nd and 9 officially. Fabre running over a guy, still on his feet, gets up to about the 13-yard line, and hey, everybody, that's going to be a first down.
Yep.
Wow.
Big play. Gets them a little bit of breathing room there, and I wouldn't be surprised to watch the Golden Hawks run some more runs here, pick up a few more first downs. Now, look, they don't need to score. That would definitely be icing on the cake, but they definitely want to pick up at least 2 more first downs and have a nice punt and make East High earn a score.
I'll tell you right now, Brian Nixon wants to score. Fabre breaks free. Fabre tries to run over Billy Atchley, and Fabre right now is doing some big damage. Well, I think what they're doing now, Brian, is setting him up inside, letting him go outside like you guys are talking about. As we see Big Fabre here, man, Atchley's lucky he didn't get drove into the ground. It's all Golden Hawks right now, fellas.
Well, Vance, Paul is exactly right. What's happening is that Cotton Skidmore coming upfield, so now what does he do? He comes in, and like Paul said earlier, when he pitches in, they just fold him underneath, and they go right outside. And when you get the big fella coming outside, the secondary guys aren't looking forward to that matchup.
And Paul, with Brian saying that, it's not as if Bivens hasn't done well in the air tonight, so look out for Bivens on the air at 1st and 10.
Exactly. As we look here, they're going to keep biting him, making him bite, making him bring the pressure to stop the run. Then all of a sudden, you see a little dump pass, or you see a little screen or something, a draw, and then all of a sudden, bam, it goes big. But the speed of the safeties back here for East High is going to make it hard to go over the top as we see Ryan Skidmore coming out. And I tell you, that's a great job of coaching by Centennial Golden Hawks and Coach Nixon and his staff, and who's ever the eye in the sky for the Golden Hawks is doing their job tonight because he's giving them the right reads over here.
2nd and 6. Bivens, the QB, in full command of this offense for the Golden Hawks. Tries the hard count. They go up the front again. Bertrand wrapped up. Front door not open there. Shut down. It's going to be about a 3rd and 7. And Brian, you made an important point while Paul was talking. You were talking to me in my right ear, saying this is a morale drive. Explain yourself.
Well, Vance, what you're talking about is you have them pinned 99 yards away. If they can drive you up the clock, get into the 4th quarter with a 99-yard drive with 3 points or a touchdown, you're talking about taking the win, beating them, taking the morale away from the Blades.
Big play right here. 3rd and 5 from the shotgun at the 35-yard line. The wind at their back if they need it. Bivens, backwards pass. Oh, and boy, that ball got out of bounds in a hurry. It's almost as if that ball, no, I better go. It's going to get picked up for a TD by the Blades.
Yeah,
a backwards
and look who
bullet.
would have picked it up. Number 22 would have picked it up.
A backwards bullet.
They run here it is. They try to run a bubble screen out there. They try to run that bubble screen, and if they connect on that pass, they have blockers out there. But they don't. It's a backwards pass, and luckily the ball continues to roll because 22, he's out there to pick it up and scoop and score.
Jeffrey McDonald at the 40-yard line. A nice punt with the wind behind it. Jeffrey McDonald takes the fair catch at the 35-yard line. You know, interesting, that last play there, you would think that was an motivating, optimistic result for the East High Blades, watching that pass go out of bounds on a backwards pass. But Brian, I think you and I both noticed the same thing. You verbalized it to me. It didn't look as if there was any real excitement from the East High team, like, yeah, we stopped the drive.
Well, Vance, that's what we've been seeing. And it's kind of been that way. You see Centennial, they make plays, they get excited, they're jumping up, the fans are jumping up. It just seems to be no excitement, no energy on that East High sideline or in the stands.
Quick huddle from the Blades. Woolitz hands the ball Oh, look at this. Great play on the outside. Billy Ashley tries to get outside, and he is wrapped up and thrown down out there by Christian Johnson. Another great play by Christian Johnson. He's helped out there by Tommy Hand. Tommy Hand that's Bertrand as well.
Yeah, Bertrand does a nice job of filling up there, and East High tries to run that fly sweep this way, but I think Centennial made some great adjustments at halftime in stopping that fly sweep. Like Coach Nixon said, got to stop the fly. You stop the fly, make them come inside, and they have to come inside now, and we've got a holding penalty as we see a yellow flag come in on that. And so probably bring it back. Where the flag was thrown at, that's usually a hold, and yes, it is.
Football play right now is right in between the hash marks, right up the middle of the field, so the referee is just all over that one.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll see it from this aspect. Well, that'll bring up second and long for the Blades. The play's being brought in.
Second and very long, because let's remember on the first down they tried to run that fly sweep and they lost about 5 or 6 yards, and then they turn around and we've got second and 25. Vance, second and 25.
Woolett's right behind center. Smith in motion. This time they go to Smith. Smith, can he get outside? He's still on his feet. Upfield blocking from Keegan Henry is what he needs. And he's run out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Nice run, but still so far from the original line of scrimmage that Centennial has every reason to be motivated right now.
Yeah, and this young group of the juniors are really going at it. You know, they're staying up, they're staying heartbeat, and they're swarming. He gets outside here, but you don't see one guy in a red jersey give up. They're all running down. There's 6, 7 guys chasing going.
That's the thing.
You know what? We're not giving up. And you see some guys on the white jersey standing around right now. See a lot of guys kind of standing around, leaning. They're not really blocking. They're leaning on them right now.
3rd and 15. Woolett's back over to Smith. A very poor throw, and it should be incomplete. That is not what the doctor ordered for the Blades, and Jan Woolett's walks off dejected. Andre Smith walks off irritated, and right now the Blades not really enjoying good vibrations on their sidelines.
Yeah, and what I'm going to be watching for right here is I'm going to be watching for Ryan Skidmore, because he's bobbled this snap 3 or 4 times tonight. One time it's hit the ground, but every time it seems like I don't know what it is, if he doesn't like the snap, but he's bobbled the ball a few times on these punts. So he needs to get it away clean here, and you better be careful. Centennial's special teams,
they're coming hard. Golden Hawks want to block it again, and they almost do. Skidmore, for his part, gets off a pretty good punt. Fumbled!
No.
Oh, boy.
They're going to say East High's ball.
Coach Nixon, coaching staff from Centennial, thinking maybe they would get a call because they didn't adhere to the halo rule or giving the punt receiver a chance to catch it, but be that as it may.
Eddie Morrow comes out there.
Oh, boy.
Number 5, as we see it right here.
It looked like they gave him enough room.
Yeah, they gave him about 3 yards, so it was pretty close. But you know what? The official's right there, and he's saying, you know what?
Exactly.
First down, East High. Now let's see if they can build on this excitement.
That's a great point, Paul. That ref was standing right on top of that play. It looked to us as if he had the protection. And the bottom line, you got to make that catch.
Bottom line, you're absolutely correct. He's got to catch that. You got to squeeze it. Elbows in, elbows inside, and you got to squeeze it.
Here it comes. East High School might have Mr. Momentum on their side. Woolett's fires one out to the left side. It's caught out there by Keegan Henry. Henry makes one good move. He's still on his feet, drugged down at the 23-yard line. Oh, boy, just like that, here come the Blades. Oh, boy, this has been one topsy-turvy game, upside down, if you will, at times, with plays being made at the least expected times. And then just like this, Keegan Henry still on his feet down to the 23-yard line, and that is a big play for this East High morale, to use Brian's term. 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Woolett's has life in him now. Touchdown! He answers the call, does Jan Woolett's. And I think right now they're excited, but we've got a lot of football left, and they better stay up. Right now, Centennial not truly feeling defeated right now. They're still up. East High Blades, with a dropped punt return, are back in this football game.
Yeah, and it's been a game of big plays. You know, broken plays, big plays, and everything else. And once again, it's a big play that gets East High back in this game.
The kick is up and it's good. 28-31. It's a field goal away, and I know this is the type of score that when it's read across the county at other stadiums, you're going to have a lot of people going, ooh, 31-28 late in the third quarter. Man, oh man, oh man. We are almost done with this third quarter, and now the coaching staff's getting with their special teams out there. Centennial's done a great job, as you mentioned, Paul. East High School right now thinking, hey, one thing we would love to do is try to get these guys deep in their territory, but the wind against them, Paul, the wind coming against them.
Yeah, the wind's against them, and East High, hey, you cannot give up 35 yards on this kickoff here. And the one thing I noticed on that touchdown, he got inside. There we see you. Nice catch, nice route. You know, doing a good thing. He's yeah, we got it. We're back in this. Billy actually showing everybody, Billy, we know who caught that great catch. What Billy did there is he got inside number 5, Brock Bivens, and Brock knows it. He gave up the inside and let him inside.
As a QB, he really knows it.
And he knew it. As soon as Billy actually gets by Brock Bivens, Brock almost like, darn it, like, oh my gosh, that's a golden sin right there. You cannot do that. You cannot let him cross your face and give up that inside slant down there by the goal line. But, you know, Brock gets to come out and get the ball and take care of it. So make up for his mistake on defense, and we'll see.
Well, the ball is kicked pretty well into this wind. It's taken at the 10-yard line. The ever dangerous Golden Hawks special teams. That ball is taken all the way to the 34-yard line. Is that it? The 34-yard line. The field position tonight on average has been, 37, 38-yard line. So there's another chance to see Dustin Robinson. And Dustin Robinson's had himself a real nice football game.
Yeah. And I tell you what, if I'm kicking to Centennial this year, I'm making sure my kicker can kick it all the way into the end zone, or we're zone kicking. We're definitely going to zone kick.
Especially when the wind's in your face. Here we go, 1st and 10, 9 seconds left here in the third quarter. For all intents and purposes, probably the last play of the third quarter. East High looks like it's coming strong with 4 front. Robinson in motion, split backfield. Bivens with the hard count. Hands the ball up the middle. It's Bertrand. Bertrand shakes it to the outside. Bertrand gets up to about the 44-yard line, and it looks like they'll end the third quarter with a first down. Centennial still up at the end of 3 quarters, 31-28. For Vance Palm, I've got Paul Press here and Brian Adams. What a football game. Do not miss the fourth quarter.
Do all your friends and family live in California, or are they spread out across the country? Either way, we have a calling plan to meet your needs. Choose Unlimited Nationwide and call anytime, anywhere in the U.S. and Puerto Rico for one low price. Or choose our new Unlimited California plan and call anywhere in the state for one low price. Either way, we make it easy. Bright House Networks Digital Phone. Home phone service on your terms, not the phone company's.
Honey, are you going to do that yard work today?
I'm looking up all the places I need to go. Next Saturday, I'll go and get the stuff.
Locally owned and operated, Volvo Rents has everything you need for that weekend home improvement project. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff will guide you through our vast assortment of tools, supplies, and rental equipment. From concrete or masonry mix, mixers or finishing tools, to lawn equipment and landscaping supplies and more. At Volvo Rents, we deliver more care in every rental.
I got you everything you need at Volvo Rents. Here's some gloves. Bye.
Back, everybody, and it's a pleasure to have you watching the high school football game of the week. We are about to start the fourth quarter. The Golden Hawks of Centennial High School at home tonight, Bakersfield College Memorial Stadium. They're up by 3. We're at midfield, and the Golden Hawks have played a superb game tonight as well. Ball up the middle. Coach Nixon keeping it right in the middle of the football field. That'll bring up a 2nd and 10 Brian Adams standing on the 20-yard line, our Bakersfield High School driller and UCLA Bruin alumnus. Your thoughts on what is going to be needed to win this football game for both teams?
Well, Vance, if you're the Golden Hawks, just keep doing what you're doing. Yes, you give it a couple big plays, but offensively you've been methodical. You've run the ball. You've mixed good passes in. Just continue to do that. Defensively, they've had their assignments. If you're East High, I still think you have to get some emotion going in the game. You got to get into the game, and you got to start making some plays and make the big plays that you're known for also on defense. If not, and you let Centennial drive it out, you're going to end up with a loss.
Excellent, Brian. Thank you. Robinson to the left side. Hands the ball to Fabry. Oh, boy. Penalty flag in there, and it's almost always holding. And that's the head man making the call. So he looks back and tells the Golden Hawks, yes, you did. Holding against Centennial High School. And it looks like Sean Hall is in there saying, come on, man.
Yeah, we see it right here. He gets his hand up a little high. I don't see it. You know, his hand was up a little high, and it looked like his hand kind of reached up high on the shoulder pad. And a lot of times if you get it up high or around the back, they're definitely going to call it. But it looked like he was driving his feet there and didn't grab any jersey. But they called it. East High elects to take the penalty and move them back. So it'll bring up second and about, 5, 10, 20, 21, 22 yards. Somewhere in there. So
officially it says 24, so we'll be at the 33 3/4 line right now. And I'll tell you what, Centennial High School needs to overcome a big call like that at the beginning stages of the fourth quarter, because momentum and this crowd and this band and these cheerleaders from the east side trying to pick it up. What a play. Oh boy, a well-designed play intended out there for Ryan Nunez. He had the protection, and as we know, Bivens has the arm. Here's a good look at this play, set up pretty well.
Yeah, they faked that dive there, and then he pumps it and goes up. He overthrows the ball maybe about 1.5 yards there, 2 yards. He gets a little bit more air on it, lets him run underneath, and all of a sudden, you know, there it is. But a little bit more air underneath that ball, and that's a completion. But I've yet to figure out how it's 24 yards when I'm looking at 19, maybe 20, but that's all right. The clock's been off all night. I'm trying to figure out the math, but.
It's about 3rd and 21, actually, 22. Bivens takes the snap again, throws this one across the middle, has a man, first down. Oh, boy. Are you kidding me? Eddie Coronado on a 25-yard bullet. That was a bullet. That was a nice pass by Bivens. 2 or 3 drops back, and boom, look at this pass, everybody.
Right there where it needs to be. And I don't know.
Nice hit by Billy Atchley at the end there. A big pop. Andre Smith watching.
I don't know why Andre Smith played it back so far. He was playing him back at 24 yards. He must have been looking at the scoreboard because he played it at 24. And they threw it at 22, and they only needed 21.
1st and 10. Bivens, little screen pass. Well defended by the Blades. Bivens still on his feet. Bivens, can he get loose? He's going to keep it and run. Bivens looks for a block. And wow.
Well.
Brian Adams, he ran right by you. He said, hey, that's Brian Adams.
I'll tell you, Vance, he's running up here. He runs out of bounds. He's laughing. He's having a good time. But I mean, one of the things he's looking at is watch him out in the backfield. He makes one guy miss, makes another guy miss. He gets to the sideline, keeps his composure. I mean, I'm really impressed with Bivens' composure, Vance. And he comes by me smiling as he runs in.
Running right by you.
And his guys are just really believing in what he's about. And you can just see it with the Centennial Golden Hawks.
And Brian, he's making some fast guys miss. 2nd and 2. Now we have a penalty on the play, and I'm not quite sure what it could be because it didn't look like it took that much time.
Illegal substitution. They had guys come in and didn't get into the huddle all the way.
Thank you, Paul.
With too many receivers coming in, and what happened was they didn't get all the way into the huddle, so that's an illegal substitution call. But, what they have to do is they don't have to get all the way into the huddle, but what happens is there's 3 of them that came in from the sideline, and they didn't even come in within the hash. So it's almost a hideout play. That's not quite legal. So you got to come in at least inside the hash. You can't kind of hide out. And the one thing I liked about it, Brian, you couldn't see because you're down on the field, but on that replay, Bivens had his head up looking downfield the entire time, probably looking right down at you and smiling at Brian Adams as he's running down the sideline.
Robinson in motion, 2nd and 7. Throws out to this side again. Here come the Golden Hawks. Everything they do right now seems to be the right play. They're spreading it out. They've got this East High School defense guessing on their heels, and another first down, chomping up the yardage. And they have a 3-point lead, as we see here on our Volvo Rinse replay. Paul Bivens, very workmanlike in his passes. Doesn't use a lot of energy, doesn't waste a lot of energy, doesn't have a lot of extra dangling parts trying to get rid of the ball. Just boom, concise, right on the money.
That's what I was going to say, Vance. I was like, I like this young man's release. He knew exactly where it was going. They were running some inside screens there, and it's catch the ball and release the ball.
Quarterback keeper right here. Robinson in motion. Bivens, movement.
Got him up on their toes.
Coach Nixon he's feeling peppy over there because I think he might have thought, ooh, we had a play there.
Yeah.
We had a play there. 9:27 left in this ball game. Centennial Golden Hawks, having work done on their home football field, have opened up this season on the road, even if they're the home team. They had a quote-unquote home game at Liberty High School. Then the next week they had to go back to Liberty to play Liberty, so that's not obviously a home game. Now their home game is about 15 miles away, 10 miles away, up here at BC. Robinson in motion, 1st and 15. Bivens looks, this time Skidmore all over that. They went to the well one too many times, and the long-armed Ryan Skidmore probably wishes he had one more swat at it. He'd run it back, Paul.
Yeah, as we see here on the replay, Skidmore does a good job, and he is very athletic. That's why everybody's looking at him. He gets upfield and just swats that one down. Yeah, you know, a basketball player, 6'6", you can't really throw it up over him. He'll probably go up and grab it, and then if he grabs it, he's gone. He is a very, very good athlete.
Skidmore saw me tonight before the game and said, hey, Coach Palm. I said, man, I don't want to face that kid again this year, but we'll have to. Garza's in that league. 2nd and 15. Bivens looks off to the right side, has a ton of receivers, but he decides to go to the left, into the corner. Oh my goodness, a flag and a touchdown. It's going to be defensive interference.
No.
It's going to be on Andre Smith. I think the little wind got underneath it and kept that ball up as long as it needed to be. Touchdown, Centennial. Whoa.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, Paul, he drops back, and Bivens just puts a beautiful pass in. Brian, I can only attest for that wind. It just held it up long enough, and another big reception out there by Eddie Coronado, and Smith just so upset with himself. He's faster than Coronado, but
Well, Vance, I mean, one of the things we talked about earlier, he threw that one pass to Nunez. Didn't have enough air on it. That time, he did try to get some air, throw it up, and you saw the arc, and that gave the receiver a chance to run. And you young kids at home, watch Coronado. If we get a chance to see the replay, he's going to take a couple extra steps before he dives. A lot of kids will put their hands up and their heads out and dive before they can catch the ball.
That's a great point, Brian. He runs through, as we say, run through, run through, run through. Try to get that last step in before you launch. And, you know, you get that last step in, then you don't have to dive. And right here, as you were showing the replay, right there, he keeps running through, then throws his hands up and makes a great catch. One more step and rolls into the end zone.
What a play by Eddie Coronado, one of the few seniors on the Centennial Golden Hawks team, and the Golden Hawks up by 10 with under 9 minutes left, 8:56 exactly. So right now, head coach Jim Maples and his staff,
they definitely have an uphill battle with 10 minutes left. You know what? They've got to score, but then they've got to play defense.
Right.
And right now, Centennial's, I love the game call that Nixon's calling right now. His play calling is terrific. Doing some screens, off bounds, coming here, there. Their motions where they needs to be. And East High's defense is not shifting with the motions and not covering and moving to the zones.
Well, the penalty at the end of the play there. Now Andre Smith's going to get it at the 15-yard line. Brian and Paul and I collectively say, uh-oh. But he's drugged down out there by Joey Bertrand. With a big tackle. He caught that ball. Brian, Paul, and myself all said, uh-oh, and rightfully so. But look at this fine play by Joey Bertrand. Man, oh man, Smith doesn't need a lot of room. And if Bertrand doesn't make that tackle, we all knew he had enough.
Yeah, he sure did. He sure did. But I tell you what, Bertrand came down and looked like he had more hustle. Smith wraps him up, drags him to the ground. You don't have to blow somebody up, just drag him to the ground.
Wow, look at this. Jeffrey McDonald way left over there by Brian Adams. 1st and 10. Woolitz lobs it up there. Look at this. Oh my goodness. Billy Ashley broke free and he had nothing but grass in front of him, and it just trickled out of his fingers. Then the East High School side just let out a collective, oh, look at this, Kern County. This one right here is just going to be a heartbreaker if you're an East High Blade fan. Nice pass.
Well, it's pretty high, and he tries to adjust, and it goes right over the top of his helmet. He was looking over his right shoulder, and the ball kind of drifted, come right over the top of his shoulder, and that's a hard helmet, and that's a hard catch. If you've ever tried to do it without a helmet, it's hard to see the ball. With the helmet on, it is difficult, but you've got to have those catches in these type of games, especially when there's 8 minutes and 42 seconds. You've got 80 yards to go. You're 10 points down, and the other team right now has not really been stopped this second half when they have had the ball.
Well, Paul, we've got another conversation down here by the referees.
Yeah.
It seems that we've had a lot of conversations tonight, but all in all, they've done a very fine job. They had this one call they had earlier in the game where, it shouldn't have been a touchdown for the Centennial Golden Hawks because in a high school rule, if it was touching a touchback, should have been a touchback. But if it was miffed on a return, it should have been a touchback. But other than that, it's been a pretty well called game, and if nothing else, these gentlemen want to be certain before they blow that whistle to start the next play, and it'll be 2nd and 10, officially 8:42 left in the ball game. Centennial Golden Hawks have done everything they've expected to do and a little bit more by playing on both sides of the football here. Woolitz rolls to his left. Woolitz might want to try to run it, but he tries to throw it, and it is just out of the outstretched arms of Ryan Skidmore. Skidmore not willing to lay it out there.
Oh. Woo! And Woolitz saw Fabre bearing down on him. As we can see right here on the replay, Bovo Wrench replay, he's looking, he's going, come on, somebody, I got to get rid of this thing. Number 9 is bearing down on Jan Woolitz. Woolitz 5'6", 150. Fabre coming down on him at 6'3", 241. That's an extra 100 pounds bearing down on him. He's like, hey, let me throw this thing.
3rd and 10. Huge play for the Blades. Woolitz drops straight back. Now he's in trouble. Oh boy, look out everybody. He's got some legs. Looks like Woolitz steps out of bounds, and it'll be a very, very big call of where he stepped him out.
No, it's going to bring up 4th and about 7.
Oh boy, he stepped out of bounds at the 26-yard line, and that was 5 yards short of a first down, and I don't think there's any way Coach Maples here can go for this one.
Yeah, with 10 points, that's 2 possessions, and the way Centennial's been ball control.
They're going to put it in the air.
Well, if I'm Centennial right now, I am only sending about 4 or 5 guys, and I am playing this safe. I am definitely not trying to put a lot of pressure on Brian Skidmore right now. I'm going to play it safe right now and make sure there's no fakes and that they punt this ball away, because we can let this thing roll dead and go 60 yards.
Well, Skidmore puts it up. It's a high punt. Maybe the wind will help it. Maybe it'll bounce. Hits an East High School player in the back of the helmet.
That should be dead right there. Where's the
Keegan
whistle?
Henry standing about the 45, and it bounced right off of his head. So Keegan Henry inadvertently downs the ball with his helmet at the 44-yard line, and our director, Bernie Johnson, has a shot of it. What happened here?
Well, he freeze frame and comes down and hits him right.
He was the recipient
of number 5.
Eddie Morrow's noggin.
Yeah, Eddie Morrow hits Eddie Morrow on the.
So we've gone World Cup here.
And coming off his head, but here we go. Centennial, they're going to do the little short passing game, keep the ball in bounds, stay in bounds, don't run out of bounds, make a completion, hand the ball off, and burn up the clock.
Bivens behind center. Hard counts again. Bivens hands the ball off to Fabry. Or is this Bertrand? Sorry about that. Bertrand runs it up to about the, they didn't get a gain.
Nah. Back up to the line of scrimmage. No gain. More important than that, clock is running. We're at 8 minutes right now. East High, it's a 2-possession game. And, hey, it doesn't matter. How many times has Centennial tonight been 3rd and long and gotten a first down? They've
point,
definitely
Paul. Good
converted
point.
on their 3rd downs.
2nd and 10. 2 backs behind him. Bivens sends Robinson in motion. Robinson goes by Bivens. Bivens hands the ball off. Again, Bertrand. Bertrand stays in bounds.
Oh, they're killing the clock over there. It looked like his knee was down inbounds to Vance and I up here. We had a nice view of it, but the official on that line judge over there is killing the clock. So clock stops at 7:30 as we look at this replay. He gets outside and he gets around the corner. And let's see where he actually, we get screened out. Get out of our camera's way. No.
3rd and 10, no, 3rd and 4. 3rd and 4 on the 49-yard line. 7.5 left, as Paul just mentioned. Golden Hawks have the ball, and they have a 10-point lead right now, so they want to stay in bounds. Bivens looks over to the 2-back. Hard count again, nobody jumps. Ball goes up the middle, stopped immediately down there. Eddie Morrow with a nice big tackle. Eddie Morrow, as you said, Paul, earlier, all over the field. And Brian, I know you like him too, Eddie Morrow.
Yep.
4th and 3. Coach Nixon, has he called a timeout or is he just?
No, they don't call a timeout. They go over and huddle on the sideline. I've noticed they've done that a few times with their punts. Earlier in the game, they actually caught East High when it was 4th and short, and they weren't sure what they were going to do.
Well, they've got Robinson that could fake it, but he decides to let it go, and it's going to be a fair catch out there, and it's caught by McDonald. He fair caught it at the 15 to 16-yard line. So now the East High Blades, under 7 minutes left in this football game, 6:52, they're down by 10, and they have a long way to go to score now and get the ball back and score again. So the 25 East High School cheerleaders are a bit concerned. They're going to hop off the stools and get everybody pumped up here.
Yeah, and as we're sitting up here, I see a couple East High coaches headed down. I'm not sure what's going on. 6:52 left. Now, the one thing Centennial does not want to do is give up a big play right now.
Here we go, 1st and 10. Smith takes the ball to the left side. Smith trying to get outside. If he cuts upfield, he's got it. Oh, no, he's hit on the ankles down there by who else? Who else could get him and slow him down? But the big fella, Xander Fabry. And hey, everybody, if he doesn't make this arm tackle, it doesn't really tackle him, but if Xander Fabry doesn't hit Smith's ankle, he's a goner. Let's see if we can see this. What we're looking at there is a frustrated Centennial coach.
Yeah, well, Fabry, we can't see it on that replay, but Fabry, he kind of clubs it with one arm. Thank goodness his arm is pretty big because he uses, it looks like his left arm to make that tackle. But here comes East High, empty backfield, 4 receivers.
2nd and 1. Woolitz makes a pass. Ooh, goodness gracious.
Incomplete.
Yikes.
Oh, they gave it to him.
Mark Acosta makes the hit and then takes a whopping hit from Clay Wattenberger. Here we go, everybody. Here's one of the bigger hits of the night. Oh.
Yeah, he dropped it, as we could see on the replay. Brian Adams and myself saw it, and I went, whoa, it looked like he knocked it loose. However, we get the benefits of replay.
Or they just called it a fumble and he recovered his own fumble. Here's what I think. I think they call it, he caught it, he dropped it, fumbled it, picked it back up.
Well, okay. But whatever it is, it's 1st down.
Woolitz looks upfield, overthrows his receiver. No, he doesn't. Look at this. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Touchdown, Keegan Henry. Wow, 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 wow.
Well, I'm going to tell you, this is the frustrating part about coaching high school ball, because I just said it a few plays earlier. What you do not want to do if you're Centennial is give up the big play. Take a pass interference. I don't care if you're burnt, tackle him, take the big penalty, whatever. But the one thing you did not want to do is let East High score with 5:45 left.
What a football game. Touchdown, Keegan Henry. I had thought at first that Willits overthrew him, but Henry's so fast, he ran underneath it, caught it unstride, and took off. And we're back to a 3-point ball game when this score gets read across the county to the different stadiums. When they say East High 35, Centennial 38, you're going to hear a lot of, ooh, look at that. Henry just ran right underneath that thing with his speed. Woof. Touchdown, East High School, and the entire coaching staff for East High School, the JV, the freshman team, everybody down there cheering this thing on. The freshman team beat Centennial last night. The JV team tonight for East High School put a walloping on the JV from the Centennial team. And this one has turned into a beautiful, beautiful football game.
Yeah. As we saw in that one last photo there, that last shot, we saw big number 78, Hector Sedano. He's 6'4", 315 sophomore for East High. Coaches were telling us before the game they call him Cupcake. Guy eats 6 cupcakes every day for lunch.
Well, that sounds healthy.
Yeah, but he's a big
What
kid.
did you eat when you were in high school?
Maybe a sandwich.
Nacho chips and a Dr. Pepper?
Right.
Well, so?
But they may call him Cupcake, but this young man, Hector Sedano, 6'4", 315, only a sophomore. He's a really good offensive lineman. I've been watching him tonight. He's got pretty quick feet for how big he is and how young he is. And then he's good friends with number 76. You know, we were talking about James Zontek earlier, another sophomore for East High. So East High has a lot of, they've got some good seniors, but they've got some underclassmen. So this program's going to stay on top for a while. Now let's see if they can get up on top or what Centennial does.
5:46 left in this excellent football game. Week 3 high school football game of the week on Bright House Networks. This has really been a fun one to watch, fun one to cover, and we are far from over. The wind at their back. Here come the Blades with the kickoff. It is up, and it's another squibbler, and this will be taken down at about the 30-yard line. So with the wind behind him, I'm perplexed as to why the Blades just wouldn't boot that thing deep. Centennial will take it at the 30-yard line. Bivens and his crew come on the field with a 3-point lead. The crowd's up on both sides of the football stadium. This East High School crowd watching a team that they feel could be a threat deep into the season. And here's another look at that touchdown pass. Man, that was just a great, great job by the East High School squad and a subpar effort by the cornerbacks and on their angles that they took. 1st and 10. Split way right is Eddie Coronado. He's had a big impact on this game. Robinson in motion. Hard count again by Bivens. Bivens hands the ball to Fabry. Fabry looks upfield. Fabry's one tough customer to bring down. He's still on his feet. Fabry still running. And a big first down for Xander Fabry.
Well, the East High sideline and all the fans are yelling defense, defense. They're chanting defense. And Xander Fabry goes, okay, I'll show you a little bit of offense. And they hit him at the line of scrimmage. He keeps his legs going.
Watch this,
243 pounds driving right there. You can't arm tackle him. You better get more than an arm on him. And they've got a couple bodies. And look, he's still coming. He comes out of that pile. Nice leg drive. That's why that kid, keep your grades up. Keep your grades up. Stay out of trouble. And he'll be playing ball on Saturday afternoons.
Another 1st and 10. Long time in between plays, and I think that's what it's going to be. It will be a delay of game. Doggone it.
Yeah, I think that one was right at
Coach Nixon is looking over at the official saying, wait a second, if you count the clock and what I'm looking at up there, I had 5 more seconds.
Yeah, and Coach Nixon was probably right, to tell you the truth.
He said, I had 5 more seconds. Wait a minute. Well, 1st and 15 now, 5:07 left in this super football game. Bivens takes the count. Bivens looks back, is going to throw late in the 4th quarter. No flag.
Interesting call.
Late in the fourth quarter, 3-point lead. And now they say that apparently only 4 seconds went off on that play. So it's 5:01 left in the game. It'll be a 3rd and 14. Well, Paul, he's putting this one up there in dangerous territory back there. Fortunately, overthrew him, and they live to have another play here.
Yeah, and
sorry, now the referee's blowing the whistles here, and it's going to be a timeout, Centennial. Timeout, Centennial. That'll give me a chance to remind everybody about Bakersfield On Demand and Channel 21 programming. Other than high school football, this month you can catch all 23 episodes of Damage TV on demand. Meathead and Desi host local bands. Our new show, On a Tankful, airing on 21 Thursdays at 7 p.m. and on demand, Channel 300. It's a show about things to do and places to go in California on a tank full of gas. And coming this fall, we have an action-packed fall for you with Condor Hockey, Cal State Bakersfield basketball, and the Bakersfield Jam, all exclusively on Bright House Networks. If you don't have Bright House Networks and you're watching this on your friends' Bright House Networks, you better call and get it. Not to mention the digital phone, not to mention their high-speed online, the full package at Bright House Networks. 2nd and 15. After the timeout, the Golden Hawks and head coach Nixon see if they can put something together here. Robinson in motion. Bivens takes the snap. They go to the right side this time. The handoff again to Christian Johnson. It's been Johnson, Bertrand, and Fabry handling the running duties tonight. It's been all Bivens at the quarterback, and they put a very, very good game plan together, as you said earlier, Paul.
Yeah, very good game plan. And how many times have they converted 3rd and long? Well, I think this will be the biggest 3rd and long conversion as the East High players are trying to get their fans up. Their fans are going. And here it is, 3rd and 10. This is a big play with 4:26 left. Vance, it's all you.
Fabry on the right side. Johnson on the left side. Robinson in motion. Bivens has all the time he needs. Bivens is going to run the ball. Bivens needs about 6 more yards. Bivens. A penalty flag. Well, head coach Jim Maples for the East High Blades is looking right at the referee saying, hey, I need a little help on this one. This looks like a clip in the back.
No, man. Right here, we're going to see it at the end of the play. We've got a push in the back, block in the back, a clip. Look like on number 28. We'll see it right at the end here. He's trying to help his buddy out, help Bivens get these last final yards. But look, you see the back of his helmet. Don't touch him. And it's right there. And he barely pushed him in the back or touched his back, but he did. Here he goes.
It really wasn't necessary.
One more time. Now it's going to be 3rd and 11 or 12 because it's from the spot of the foul.
Well, I don't know how much more drama a game like this can hold, but with 4 minutes and 9 seconds, a 3-point lead by the offensive team right here at the 41-yard line. This crowd is up. Centennial crowd is up. What a 3rd down. 3rd and 12. Bivens from the shotgun. Bivens across the middle. Makes a great pass and even better catch. And he gets to the... Oh, boy, are you kidding me? Pedro Quintero came in and laid out Jeffrey McDonald, but the play seemed to be still... Oh, now we've got some Centennial players fighting amongst themselves. Are you kidding me? Bivens, the quarterback, being shoved by one of his linemen in the face, and he hits back. So we've got 2 Centennial players fighting amongst themselves, a quarterback and a lineman. Oh, boy.
I've got to see a replay on this.
Here's what we think happened, everybody. If you watch this play, a great pass, an even better catch. It gets to about the 48-yard line. Now watch at the bottom of your screen. You'll see Jeffrey McDonald coming up. The player's still on his feet and ready. Bam! And that's the play that was called. In and among all of that, the Centennial quarterback and his linemen were shoving each other. Now it's a 3rd and 11. Bivens drops back. Bivens fires across the middle. It's caught out there by Robinson. Are you kidding me? Bivens with another bullet. The composure and the sense of awareness that this young man is exhibiting right now. Brock Bivens, a junior, having been shoved in the face mask by one of his own linemen on the previous play, throws a bullet into Robinson. Man, oh man, oh man. 1st and 10 Golden Hawks.
How many times have they gone 3rd and long or 4th and long? This time they did 3 first downs in a row, kept getting pulled back. Here we go, 1st down.
Bivens hands the ball off to Johnson. Johnson, a big 6 yards. And when I say a big 6 yards, he tumbled his way to a 6-yard gain, and that clock keeps going. And now you've got East High starting to think about things.
Now you got to start thinking about, you know what, they're going to keep it on the ground. And now you got Jimmy Maples and his crew's got to start thinking about when do we use our timeouts. You know, you want to try to save one for your offense, but you know, you've got to burn them here and get the ball. They've got to stop Centennial is what they got to do.
2nd and 4. Johnson again with the carry. This time he's met up the middle, and he will get no gain. Bakersfield Californians' Mason Kelly covering tonight's game. He and I had a chance to talk. Well, everybody, we all talked with Mason before the game started, and we all expected a great game, and we're getting it. Can't wait to read his report. 3rd and 4. The clock continues to tick. Centennial content with that philosophy of letting the seconds tick away. After this play, they'll be under the 2-minute mark. He's got 2 running backs behind him. Johnson and Fabry. Robinson in motion. Bivens hands the ball off to Johnson. He shoves a couple players out of the way, but gets nothing. Big stop by the Blades. And now,
timeout East High.
Jim Maples will take a timeout for his East High School Blades. Well, Brian, we're under 2 minutes. East High School has the timeout. Centennial's been doing everything they need to do to not only stay in this game, but to still be ahead late in this game. When I think conventional wisdom, let's be fair, conventional wisdom had the Blades maybe pulling this one out. If you talk to some of the cronies around town that I talked to, your thoughts here with less than 2 minutes left.
Well, I think I'm going to keep the ball in Brock Bivens' hands, let him roll out, give him a 2-way go. If he can pick it up with his legs, pick it up. If not, toss it and see if you can pick the 1st down up. If you get the 1st down, you can pretty much grind this out.
Thank you, Brian. Paul Press, your thoughts with under 2 minutes left.
Well, I'm going to put the ball in number 5's hands and let him get out and create just like Brian Adams said. The only problem is they're on the right hash, and that means Bivens has got to roll to his left. He has shown me tonight that he is capable of rolling to his left and still throwing that good pass. It would be better if they were on the left hash and he had this whole right side roll out to his right. But they're going trips left. They're going to let him get out and great, and here comes Fabry coming in late. So he'll report in the backfield, which is legal because he came over and talked to his quarterback.
Very good. 4th and 2. Huge play here with under 2 minutes left to go in the ball game. Fabry with the fake. It's going to be Bivens to the left. He's got all the room he needs. Bivens picks up another block. Bivens still on his feet. Stay in bounds, young man. Oh boy.
Yeah. He barely stepped out of bounds, but it is a 1st down Golden Hawks, and they are starting to celebrate a little bit over there.
Coach Nixon on the sidelines, pumping his fist. He's very fired up, and that was an absolutely brilliant call. You get everybody over there, you fake it to the right, and you know what? You're right, Brian. It's a brilliant call because you and Press called it.
Well, I think anybody that's coached football for more than a year is going to know that one because the way Brock's been playing, Bivens is just very impressive for a junior. He's thrown some strikes tonight. Big-time strikes.
Bertrand comes in late, power formation. This time they're going to get to Fabry. Fabry is corralled down at the line of scrimmage. That'll be a 2nd and 10, and East High School will call the timeout. Well, everybody, we'd like to let you know that there are different options available for us next week for our Week 4 game of the week. We have options to choose and pick from that we feel that you, the viewer, and the high school district students will enjoy watching. So stay tuned. Game 4, Week 4 next week. A lot of different options for you. Well, here's a very pivotal play in this football game, Paul. This is when Jeffrey McDonald from the East High Blades doesn't take it there on the punt, but then he touches it there, and the call apparently should have been that he miffed it on a return, so it's a touchback. However, they called a touchdown for Centennial. Now, of course, with a 3-point lead for the Golden Hawks, and it becomes somewhat of an integral part of the story here. Here we go, 2nd and 10, 1:38 left. Power formation again. Three running backs right behind him. Biven hands the ball to the big fella. Fabry just tucks it in and goes down. He's hauled down for about a 1-yard loss, and he'll take it.
Yeah, he doesn't need to do anything else other than hold on to the ball at this point. If he pops one, they score. Well, that's icing on the cake, but they want the cake right now. You know what? I can't wait to see Barber Honda car. I saw one out there. I can't wait to see the Barber Honda car.
It's a nice one. We'll see it for our Barber Honda player of the game. And when we duck below the 1-minute mark, I think we'll have to start discussing it. Bivens on a roller, goes to his left side. Will he stay in bounds? Bivens is pulled down.
No.
And that'll bring up a 4th and about 14.
Oh.
A late flag. What in the world would this be?
I don't know. If it's against Centennial, this is definitely not a good call here.
Oh boy.
It goes against Centennial. That's not what you wanted, because that stops the clock.
A personal foul stops the clock and now makes it 4th and very long. You can't kick a field goal now, and the kicker for the East High School Blades, Kevin Barrett, has been up stretching and running as if he might have an opportunity to tie it up.
Wow.
Now here's a play by Bivens, who's had an extraordinarily good game tonight. He gets up and he sits up and then he decides to say, you know what? Get off me. Wow.
Oh.
He pushes Jose Salazar off of him, and now this game can't end yet because it needs 48 more seconds of drama. 38-35, Golden Hawks over the Blades. They come on for their 4th and 26 play. 4th and 26. Brian Adams is
here we go.
Letting go of his
running a play.
Mantra, fair catch the ball, but there's no punt. They rush up, and now Austin Marchant,
a senior,
jumps off sides. The ball continues to come back. Oh boy, now it's going to be 4th and 31. Mason Kelly's pin should be flying off the paper by now. I see him down there at the 50-yard line, Paul. Mason Kelly thought he had his story finished for the Californian, but it's not over yet.
He's got almost an hour until his deadline. Well, he's got at least 30 minutes. It's 10:30 on my clock, and
oh boy, 38.
They like to have him in by 11.
Well, this game's just not over. I mean, you figure if something crazy happens here, the Blades get a field goal, tie it up 38-38. We're talking OT.
Yeah, OT, baby. This is great. Well, they've got the clock down to 27
seconds.
Well, that's what the East High coaches are out on the field right now. And the East High coaches, Jimmy Maples, going, come on, guys. You need to do something about the clock.
Well, the home team is Centennial High School. So, in theory, they're responsible for the clock. 27 seconds. Golden Hawks up by 3, 38-35. It's 4th and 33. And now
I don't know.
They will punt it. It's a low punt. Oh my goodness gracious. You've got to be kidding me. Oh my goodness. Jeffrey McDonald, unsure exactly of his decision process, and I'm sorry, Andre Smith back there. Andre Smith, sorry about that to the McDonald family. It was Andre Smith. Oh boy.
My concern is really what happened to the time. As we look at the replay here, the up back guy kind of lets him go through, and Smith goes, oh, I better get this.
Oh my goodness, look at that ball.
and the ball gets scooped right back up to him. But my concern right now, Vance, is if I'm the East High coaching staff, I'm going, hold on here. When the penalty happened, there was like 40 seconds. We look back up, and now it's down to 27 seconds. I don't know if we can, there's 20 seconds. That's huge.
Well, they're having a conversation now, and they've had a few things to think about tonight.
And, and the one thing is it was on the offense at the time because Centennial then jumped off sides, and the play clock started, and it shouldn't have.
Well, here we go. This is about as exciting as it can be. 17 seconds left. 86 yards to go. And a Centennial defense that is spread out. Woolitz over to Smith. Smith fumbles the ball out of bounds at the 25-yard line. They have 10 seconds left now. And they've got 75 yards to go in 10 seconds. The Centennial crowd on their feet. Wow-wee. Well, Brian Adams, let me get your thoughts here on what needs to happen, how it should happen.
Well, when you're doing a clock drive, you're going to use the outs. They're going to play off. You can take it in 4 seconds. You can run an out. You just want to run a 10 yards, 8 to 10 yards, go down, cut out, get out of bounds. When you throw it to a guy in bounds, it takes more time for him to catch it, and it gives momentum to get out of bounds.
2nd and 2, Woolitz. Looking, Woolitz hit hard.
That's game.
Well, that's going to be the ball game. He is hammered and knocked down. A change of possession. I believe they're going to say it's a fumble, and it's recovered by the Golden Hawks. Yep. Here's our final Volvo Rinse replay, and he is
leveled,
hammered into the ground by who else? Christian Johnson. Woolitz up. He is one tough customer, but right now, I think the East High School cheerleaders and fans and coaching staff and players just don't even want to go through these 4 seconds. And the referees have called timeout for Centennial. Coach Nixon probably doesn't have the players on that he needs, and he's looking over exacerbated. Wow. Let's recap this football game if we can with 4 seconds left. Well, East High School on a terrific touchdown by Jan Woolitz. We thought he was down. Centennial answers back with a field goal, and then from there, Paul, it was off to the races. Scores everywhere by everybody. And the Barber Honda player of the game, quarterback Brock Bivens for the Centennial Golden Hawks. Number 5, quarterback Brock Bivens, the Barber Honda player of the game. We'll meet him, and that's it. The Golden Hawks have a very, very, very big win, and this team is pumped up. A big win, 38-35 over the East High School Blades. The coaching staffs go out and meet and shake hands. The East High School players absolutely dejected, and these Golden Hawks fired up. The Bright House Network's exclusive coverage of this game is brought to you by Barber Honda and Volvo Rinse. Back in a moment on the field with the Barber Honda player of the game, Brock Bivens.
Bright House, every day is easier thanks to high-speed internet that's so much faster than dial-up or standard DSL.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, who are they from?
Plus, there's a choice of speeds to meet your needs and your budget. Bright House Network's high-speed internet. See how bright life can be.
Honey, are you going to do that yard work today?
I'm looking up all the places I need to go. Next Saturday, I'll go and get the stuff.
Locally owned and operated, Volvo Rents has everything you need for that weekend home improvement project. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff will guide you through our vast assortment of tools, supplies, and rental equipment. From concrete or masonry mix, mixers or finishing tools, to lawn equipment and landscaping supplies and more. At Volvo Rents, we deliver more care in every rental.
I got you everything you need at Volvo Rents. Here's some gloves. Bye.
a proud supporter of Kern County's future NFL stars. Honda has the highest fuel economy average of any car maker in America.
Welcome back, everybody. What a football game. This place was rocking the last 5 or 10 seconds from the Centennial High School perspective. It's their home game at Memorial Stadium, and they finished off with a very big win against the East High Blades, 38-35. I'm down here, my favorite part of the football game, probably because I'm not getting beat up all night. I'm here with the Barber Honda player of the game, Brock Bivens. Brock, before I speak with you, I'd like to turn it over to Sean Lane from Barber Honda. He's standing in front of this gorgeous car. Let's make some presentations here, Sean.
All right, on behalf of Barber Honda and Bright House Networks, Brock, we'd like to congratulate you as an excellent player of the game. It's a plaque, and we also got a nice hat for you, and you at least need to bring 3 people down to come down to Barber Honda for us.
Now, you're a former player here in the city, and you did a lot of damage yourself on the football field. What do you think about this fine athlete tonight?
His performance tonight was exceptional. Great performance, Brock. Congratulations once again.
What's this ride behind us?
This here is a 2006 Honda Civic.
You've won this car. Nah, you know I can't give you the car. Brock Bivens, what a ball game tonight. Just went back and forth all evening long. When they broke out with that big first touchdown run, we thought that Willits was down. He wasn't. We saw that he wasn't. He breaks off a 95-yarder. What were going through your guys' heads?
He got lucky. I mean, he got lucky and he scored a touchdown. We knew we were going to come back, get the ball on offense, drove it down and scored.
About midway through the third quarter, I think I said something to the effect of you got full and total control of this football team on the offensive side of it. Do you feel that way now? Is this your team?
Oh, yeah. I mean, they were out of shape and tired after the first quarter. We've been running all summer, and we were ready to go the whole second half. It was ours.
Excellent job. And, yes, you do have some nice hardware there from Barber Honda, but only Bryson Hodges, Philip Thomas, and now you, Brock Bivens, have the coveted high school player of the game from Bright House Networks. That's yours right there. Who do you have next week?
BHS. It's going to be a tough one.
The Golden Hawks against the Drillers. Well, congratulations on behalf of Barber Honda, Bright House Networks, and all of us. Congratulations. Any final words for your Golden Hawks that are watching this tonight?
Watch out for us this season.
Congratulations. Great job.
Thank you.
For all of us here, appreciate you being here. Don't miss next week, week 4. It's going to be a surprise game. Watch your schedule. We could have a big one for you. On behalf of everybody here, thank you. Good night. God bless.